take a slide, find your zone every day.
Boom, and we're live. What's going on, you guys? Woo! Back in this. Let's get it. Shoo! Shoo! I slept for a while. Oh my god, man. Fuck yeah, man. Fuck it. To the fucking face. For real, man. Shit. I'm actually gonna throw out the invite link to anybody who wants to come onto the stream, man. Come on down. Anyone that comes to jump in, man, let's get it. Let's talk. Bam, it's right there, man. Woo! But yeah, man, I'm fucking psyched, man. I've got a lot of stuff planned. I got a lot of interviews and stuff like that. Man, I wish I could tell you everything I got in the pipeline and stuff, but I got some cool guests. I've got some guys from Illuvium coming on as well, which is pretty tight. Of course, the Dragos man himself, Beckons. What's going on, Dragos?
Good morning.
Damn, that voice.
Not showing the nipple coin today.
Oh, no. Rugs, bro, rugs. Short this shit.
Dude, this course was manic. Like, I haven't had this much emotion and, I don't know, anxiety about putting my money all in.
Yeah,
since like maybe a few months ago when I fucking lost a ton of money.
Right, man. Damn, yeah. That's but I mean, I understand. I know the situation a little bit, and I understand. I mean, it was very unlikely. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes shit hits the fan, and you gotta roll with the punches.
Yeah. I mean, that's why. I mean, obviously, in that, I'm not telling you anything how to do anything in that market, but like in crypto, yeah. Usually, we tell people stay away from the, leverage.
Degenerate leverage.
Yeah, degenerate leverage and stuff like that. I mean, at the word, a lot of us aren't even really using a Binance anymore, really, because it's right now what's going on is like everyone around the world is just getting rugged by everything. I mean, you have a Binance getting rugged by China, United States rugging Binance. I mean, dude, it's kind of crazy out here, man.
But I see it as a good thing, though.
Yeah,
because now they have a certain measure of
and
sorry about that. I think my internet broke up. I'm saying that now they have a certain measure of legitimacy. Right?
Which one?
So regulation in this sense is good in the sense that more institutional players are getting the sense that they're being protected.
Right. even they're not protecting from shit, really. but
I know,
like,
that's why I chose my words cautiously.
Yeah.
They're getting the sense that they are.
Right. Yeah, it's all a sense. I mean, I had a talk with some guy. I had some guy talk to me about crypto. They didn't know I was in crypto.
I get I get that often actually, because I'm much more of a brick and mortar type of business kind of guy, and
Right.
I occasionally get these guys like, hey, I wanna show you a nice coin, like it's number 4,000 on Coin Market Cap is gonna pump next week. I'm like, don't lose all your money, man.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the guy. I mean, it's kind of funny how you're talking about regulation, because the guy I was talking to, he was working in somewhere at the mall or something, and he was pretty much hoping for regulation. I was just like, what? What are you? I was like, what are you talking about? Like, it was pretty ridiculous. And then he was like talking to me about mining, which fucking made me fucking laugh so much, man.
But like, I know a lot of people that gave up mining last year. I'm like, why did you stop? It's still profitable. No, Ethereum is too cheap. I'm like, yeah, but right now it's too cheap.
No, definitely. Hey, man, I just threw the link in the chat. Anyone wants to jump on? Let's talk, man. For real, man. Anyone, everyone's welcome. I think there's you can only have up to like 10 people in this thing, I think, maximum.
What about Robert Kiyosaki though? He's fudding crypto pretty bad though. Or is it just like something that he has to say for his audience because that's what he said before, so he has to be consequent?
I honestly, I don't want to speak for Robert, but it probably has something to do with just because equities at some point are going to take a shit. And then if equities do go down, it probably will take crypto down, but I think we recover very quickly. Basically, it's not going to take that long to recover for crypto and stuff. It's just if we did get a full equities crash, we'd be back in like 6 months, basically, or less. I mean, all we need is the approval of the ETF, which seems like it is going to be approved pretty soon. Then we're just back. We're back in the bull market, basically. Kind of cancel Rex and stuff, yeah. But yeah, man, how you been, man? Good.
Yeah. It's like I'm catching up on sleep.
Me too, man. Me too. I mean, sleep is really important. When you don't have it, you know how invaluable it is. That's for sure.
Also, because when you're playing with a lot of money and you don't have sleep, you tend to make poor decisions. So I'm kind of thanking the gods that we still have some dip.
No, definitely, man. That's why I usually I kind of research a coin and really like look into something before I ape in a lot of money into it. Obviously, sometimes I throw a little bit of money in there just to play around with it, just to understand, because like sometimes you do need to like actually use the swaps and look around, send money around in the ecosystem to kind of understand what's going on, and then just do what we taught in the course, just YouTube research, look in the Discords, the Telegrams, the Twitters and stuff, everything. And then after that, you got a sense for it. You start getting a sense for how the community is, whether they're more like big brains or smooth brains. And then you kind of plan accordingly from there,
It's for me, it's very fun to compare the two communities of Celsius and Hex and then Pulse. It's like they could not be further apart.
Hex and Pulse, yeah. In terms of, I mean,
Hex and Pulse versus Celsius.
Yeah. Or wait, what are you talking about, basically, in terms of what?
In terms of like, you've got Celsius with the ambassador program, and they have like these work-at-home dads, which are trying to be apostles of Celsius. And then you've got the Hexicans, which are very like cutthroat, and Hex is gonna rule all. It's like very vanilla versus very dark.
Right. I mean, Sith and Jedi, man. There's a reason I said it forever. Yeah. Two sides of the same coin. Oh, we got somebody else in the back. What's up, Tyler W? What's going on, bro?
Yo. Hey, Miguel.
What's going on, man?
Hey, Dragos. Dude, I don't know how you survived the fucking course. Like, I'm surprised your heart didn't fucking give out.
Oh no, man, shit. I'm still chugging away.
Dude, slow down. Your heart's gonna give.
Nah, man, I fucking worked out these past 2 mornings. I couldn't go to when I woke up. He's went to the gym and stuff. So yeah, I'm going good. And don't worry, man. And now that I don't have the course and stuff, I'm able to kind of go back to a normal routine, get some good sleep, and then just get my my shit in order. But yeah, man, what's up with you guys, man? I don't think I've ever talked to you actually, at least on camera, Liz.
I asked a few questions during the webinars, but like it's I know it's hard. Like there's like too many fucking people.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this course and stuff, like, because we did a new format, we really just couldn't. We didn't typically ask people questions in the old kind of format where you actually see everyone's picture. It's usually just me and Charlie. We just hear the voice, But definitely, man.
Well, when are you gonna do the meetups?
Okay, so the meetup we're still planning it right now, but it's like November.
Like maybe you should try for something less pretentious but sooner.
Why, Dragos? Why?
Because let's just get a beer. I don't know.
No, I get you. The thing is like, all right, here's my predicament, right? I could just at the wave of a wand pick a place right now, just a bar or something, and all right, let's do it. Let's hang out and stuff. And I know more than the maximum occupancy is going to show up.
Yeah, you're
I feel kind of shit about that. Honestly, I was like, then I'd have to go in the parking lot and stuff. It's like, hey, what's up, you guys? And then the fuck, so I want to make sure that everyone can go. Like I'm gonna give everyone enough time, but I want to make sure there's enough room for everyone to be there if they want to be there, basically. But I mean, yeah, at a certain point, yeah, it gets ridiculous. If it becomes a circus, like, oof, I guess we know where to do a convention. What's up, Patrick?
Yeah, good morning.
Yo.
Good morning.
What is all that in the background, man? Is that vapor?
No, that's miniatures. I'm a 3D artist, and I paint a lot of miniatures, and I produce miniatures.
Oh, that's cool.
I like my room very small, but soon, maybe, not possibly, I get a bigger one with crypto.
Yeah. What's Game Over talking about? This channel is for the rich and is not helping the poor. Sorry, guys, I'm seeing what? What?
Elitist. I think he's calling you elitist.
Okay, so Game Over Dollar. Let me see this. Dollar, do you want a project to broadcast on to help a $0 to win? What? I mean, I'll answer your question, man. I'm not ignoring you. I'm not ignoring you, but I'm like, I don't understand what the fuck you're saying, dude. Anyway, Anyway, yeah.
Prepare for the fame.
Yeah, man, for real, dude. But that's cool, man. I mean, it's finally good to see you two, and an actual one-on-one like this, man. This is pretty cool. I'm trying to do something like this maybe once every 2 weeks or so. Invite people on for the community. And just talk and stuff, get some questions answered.
But to be honest, the course is like, after the course, I was like, wow, the real world, and some of my friends, I couldn't handle them anymore because the community was like, oh, this is so cool. We changed the world. We make everything better. We help people. And then I went to, they're more like relatives. I went to them, oh yeah, world is shit. Everything is going shit. And we don't know what to do. Just more regulations. And I was like, I can't handle this. I'm out. I'm like, yep. I need this positivity in my life. I like it. I love it. And I want that this optimism. I cannot live without it anymore.
There's also very different, very different mindset, Patrick, to these people versus those people, in the sense that these people take control of their own lives.
Yes.
And the locus of control is within. Whereas the people which are hoping for regulation are without control and they want to be helped.
The children.
Like the help is not within, it's outside.
Yeah.
The feds can come for DeFi. Like they can try.
I do know one. I mean, I wish I could say some stuff, but I can't. But I know one project, man, they fucked up real bad, bro. They're in trouble. But they have the type of money, they're going to be fine. It's just they're going to get slapped up with fees, and they're pretty much going to be paying lawyers for the next 10 years, 20 years.
Pancake?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you
Money
think about
printer
like?
came with the
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Jacobs. I was just
money
gonna
printer
ask,
came
like,
with some issues, right?
Yeah. I guess maybe it's maybe easier if just one at a time, basically, if you guys are going to talk, just so we don't talk over each other, you know?
yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the best way. So, but go ahead, Dragos. Go ahead. What were you saying?
No, that was my piece.
Oh, okay, cool, man.
Thank
So what
you.
were you saying, Tyler?
Oh no, I was gonna say like, what do you think about like the theory that like there's like a FUD piece like waiting to come out since the market's so weak right now?
Yeah, of course, man. I mean, some people make money shorting, but more money is made just buying up the coin. So they just want to remember like from that the webinar that Plan C did and stuff. This has just been a general like sort of sentiment that me and Charlie have been feeling that there's a coordinated effort to flood the market in order to get you guys to sell your coins. Any OG's not selling their coins. Like right now, like Ethereum could dip to $1,000 motherfucking dollars right now. I wouldn't sell it.
That sounds like a bargain.
Why would I sell it? That's ridiculous.
Buy
Like,
more.
yeah, you just buy more, right? I mean, that's the whole thing. That's why we tell you guys don't quit your job. You know, like you'll like in other crypto channels, they tell you the first thing to do is like, yo, bro, you made it, bro. Congratulations. Yeah, dap it up. What's up? Fucking quit your job, dude. And then like the market goes down and you're living off of crypto before you really had made that nest egg up. And you know, you've got to kind of do this. Like you've got to take your portfolio and take 60% off the top and live with that. If you can live on that and whatever that is, then you're gonna be fine, basically, as a rule of thumb, right? If right now it takes 100% of your portfolio just to like, oh wow, I'm doing pretty good right now. Take 60% off. If it's not enough, then you don't have enough. Period. You know? So it's like, it's that sort of stuff with the portfolio, and it's just like, I mean, obviously you can. There's the classic, you know, like you ever heard of the 3% or 4% rule?
Oh
And
yeah.
That classic thing. You know, you keep selling. Yeah, there's that, and then there's the dividends.
From,
I'd
like,
rather be generating yield and be able to pay for my lifestyle because I don't like selling coins. but if you have to sell coins, that's not a terrible way to go. As long as the inflation or the amount of yield that you're generating is, I mean, if you're earning like average 10% on the portfolio in terms of yield, then you can sell a lot. You can sell 10% a year. That's a lot, you know.
I think the timing right now is just like there's talks of like the ETFs on like the horizon. It's like right now it'd just be perfect for like, you know, it's like some swap gets fined like $1 billion or some shit, something like that.
Right. I mean, it's I mean, right now the newest FUD that I've heard is like, I mean, fuck, we're gonna make FUD season right now, but the biggest FUD that I've heard right now is that you know Evergrande, right? The Chinese real estate developer.
I thought they got bailed.
Yeah, they got bailed, but they're saying some of here's the Chinese government might only bail out Chinese what's called citizens, not any foreign holders of the debt. So they're saying, okay, now this is FUD right here, but they're saying Tether always comes back to fucking Tether. Tether supposedly was holding a lot of that as collateral. I think that's a bunch of horse shit, but like it's out there, and I've heard people talking about that for the past 2 days and stuff. What's going on, Modern Life Dating? What's good, baby? Shit. Come on, dude.
I feel like whenever someone mentions Tether and like corruption, it's just like 2 peas in a fucking pod.
No, they're just mad. They're just mad. They're just mad at somebody made a money printer. That's it. That's all. They're just mad. Someone made a money printer that's connected to it. Like, how dare you create? Like, they found a way to print dollars without printing dollars, real dollars. They printed tokenized dollars. Because like you guys know, right? If like when they have those assets in the bank, right? Of course, they don't want to explain all of it, but I do believe they do have most of the money in the bank. But what they're doing on it is probably yielding on it, getting 5, 10, 15%. And like, right, if you like, imagine like I take $1 million and I give you guys 1 million coins. Well, if I don't earn any money on that, why the fuck am I doing it in the first place for, right? So you're either getting paid 2 ways. Either they're earning money on your money while it's in the bank, or 2, they're printing off extra Tether. And I think they're earning money on the money, not printing extra Tether. They did accidentally one time print 1 billion Tether, and they're like, oh shit, my bad, and they just went bloop and deleted it. So it's like, honestly, like Tether's good because they're just they're a net buyer. You know, they're a net buyer. So typically when they hold other assets, if they hold Bitcoin or Ethereum in the balance sheet, they don't fucking sell it because no, like the money, it isn't like a bunch of people are taking the Tether, then getting their dollars back and leaving. You know, the money as is the more money comes into the system, the more it just doesn't leave. Like that's why the stable coin market caps keep going up. They either stay stable or go up. They don't really go down. You know. But yeah, let me answer a couple super chats real quick.
Gotta go, guys.
Oh, later, man.
Cheers.
Man.
Nice seeing you.
See you.
Jordan, I'm new to this stuff. I found the content super helpful, but when I go through the Telegram, it was hard finding info between the GIFs. Yeah. So hit the top pin message. You keep kicking the pin messages, and you'll go all the way back. You'll end up finding something called the Google Drive, and there's a bunch of stuff for newbies, links, official places to go for Uniswap, not more 1 inch, but other places, recommended VPNs if you're into that sort of stuff. And just generally ask some questions in there. The chat's fucking really helpful, But the man, the myth, pandemic pickup.
When moon.
Soon, sir. Soon. A little more accumulation, and then we're off to the races, man.
Dude, I had a terrible dream last night. So I was watching Robert Kiyosaki before I went to bed, and I woke up. I had a dream. I was looking at this chart, and I just saw this like huge red candle down, and I was like, "Fuck!"
Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. This is becoming the FUD. Like everyone's just coming up here and saying, "Yo, Miguel, I heard this FUD right here. Let me look. What do you think about it?"
So funny, right?
I mean, that's like this is what we talked about in the course, right? It's like they're trying to FUD you guys out to get you. Like me and MLD aren't selling our coins.
Nope.
It's a bunch of the newbies, just like the so okay. Obviously, I think this is a little skewed up, but like the way they've tracked it, if you've held coins for less than 6 months, you're considered like a new investor, basically new to that coin. So you're very likely to flip it. If you held a coin for more than 6 months, you're probably not selling it at most, right? So what it's looking is like all the OG wallets who've held for over 6 months are accumulating more coins, while the new guys who held for under 6 months, they're trading it and losing their position. So they're just shaking out all the people who don't know what they're doing, basically, back and forth.
Paper hands.
Yeah, paper hands. Yeah.
Weaklings.
Yeah.
Paper hands.
Adelphi, the nemesis. Let's see. Seeing a lot of development in Odyssey as a free speech platform with Julian at the helm suggests broadcasting their two DC. Yeah, I mean, I could try it out. I'll have to see. But I could give it a shot. I don't mind keeping putting the content in more places, for sure.
I want decentralized 4chan.
Yeah. Wait, I'm sorry?
Decentralized 4chan.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, well, I guess it's sort of. I guess it would be Telegram a little bit, but that's not really like it. I guess Library or Steam back in the day was kind of like that. But typically, as soon as something gets big like that, they try to find out a way how to destroy it or bastardize it, basically.
It's just all FUD. They're just trying to. They're trying to just get weak hands to dump out, and then what they want to do is scoop it all up, all the retail, all the investors, and then they're trying to fleece us, dude. Like they're you have to realize this, dude. Like cryptocurrency is a major threat to like traditional finance and fucking governments, like massive threat. And the thing is this, governments are fucking dumb. Like look at the DMV. Look at the war on marijuana. Look at piracy. Like this is just a track record of failure after failure after failure. Like they bend the knee. Remember how like in some states they'll still take you to jail for marijuana, but most people are like, all right, just fuck it. Like you can smoke weed, and like to the extent that like marijuana is like an essential service now. Going from like we're gonna put you in prison to like now this is an essential service. So
over here it's like 35% tax on marijuana.
Yep.
Like the black
really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Is it expensive? I thought weed is like super cheap in California.
So base price in ounces around like 75 to like 120, but then you slap on a 35% tax, and it's like, man, dude, like call up the fucking dealer again. Like
when did that tax come into? When did they start implementing that tax?
It's always been there. It's always been there. So It's like state
Wow.
and then county, so you're getting double tax and
Damn.
then sales tax.
No, I mean, like it's just like the like in last cycle, like you had all these dudes like, please, big banks come into the market to give us that last 2x. Basically, the Californian hippies and stuff, and everyone else kind of sold their ass. Like, taxes, we don't care. Take half our money. We don't care. We just want weed. And that's what happened. Now, like a lot of people. I mean, dude, like people are spending more money on weed than they are on fucking liquor.
Yeah.
Going out to the bar and stuff like that. I mean, obviously it's readily available and you can get it. Sure, I mean it's great. It has opened up the whole industry and stuff, but man, it was like sort of a deal with the devil for those taxes, you know. And then now the state of California and every state that launches it are super addicted to that tax revenue for that weed, and it's a great drug. I mean, look, I'm not saying weed's a bad drug or nothing like that, but I do find that people use it as a crutch all the time. So imagine like because this is something my dad would say. Was patrones or basically the bosses and stuff in the company and stuff. What they would do is you'd work your guys, right, and then after the job you would take the guys out to go to beer, or you get them a 12-pack or 6-pack, and then you'd have a couple beers and stuff. Well, you'd get them drunk enough where they would just go home tired, a little buzzed, and then probably just watch TV and then rinse and repeat. So it was a way to actually keep your work base pacified and working for you for longer, which is pretty fucked. And like they do this across every industry. I mean, John was in recruiting and stuff like that, so he knows like all the shenanigans in the corporate world and stuff like that. But even in blue collar work, they try to get the workers drunk. I mean, imagine this. Imagine you have a drug, right? Where like you can work them all day, right? They get high in the afternoon. They create no other businesses for themselves, and then they just wake up the next day and then go back to work for you.
They don't go home to realize how bad of a deal they have.
Right.
Like they're too fucking drunk or hungover or ordering pizza, But I've been watching a lot of yoga videos to keep me calm down in the midst of all the FUD. Some premiere. This is like pure just Japanese yoga videos.
Oh, Jesus.
This really helps me calm down and stay focused on what matters in life. This woman's Instagram of nothing but pure yoga really calms me down.
Yeah. Is that fucking on Twitch?
That's on her. That's her Instagram, her yoga Instagram.
Yeah, yoga. That's all.
Where's the Oni-chan at?
Oh man, she's the real Oni-chan.
Let's see. Red. All right. Good news has been coming out in reference to the XRP and the SEC case. Is it worth taking the risk investing into the mentioned crypto? I mean, if you're willing to take a bet, sure. If you got a good feeling for it, but don't bet the whole fucking house on it. You can sink a little cash if you're trying to like do a little speculative bet. That's fine. Yeah.
It's funny. I actually made money off XRP.
Really?
I bought it at like 75 cents. It went up to $1, and I was like, I joined the course. I was like, this position shit, closed.
Nice. Hey, well, at least you got some dollar. That's good.
Yep.
Yeah.
When did we? So yeah, because like it seems to be bouncing between like 44 and 41.
Right.
Ethereum between 29 and 31 as well. Market cap has made quite a recovery from the other day. 828 billion right now. It is chopping, but like it just seems like the market's still not deciding which direction it's going to move. But when it moves, it's going to move big, right?
Oh yeah, definitely big. I mean, I personally think that we're still going to end up at like over $100,000 on BTC at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
But this choppiness is actually really good for the other coins. So like all the L1s, Solana, Phantom, PulseChain when it launches, basically anything that's like Ethereum but not Ethereum. Up into the right, all the adjacent coins, all the copycat coins for those ecosystems, same thing, are going to go up. I mean, it's money making season right now. Like it's just get into those coins. Karura is launching. Like Polkadot should have parachains in about a month. Hopefully that'd be kind of cool. Finally, I think they're gonna be kind of meh. Honestly, like I'm not like I wasn't. I mean, I like Car Token a lot, but you got to imagine that a call is going to be a shittier version of because Polkadot has to be safer than Kusama. So Kusama can do more degenerate shit, where a Kala has to be a lot more like, he's got to be wearing like church clothes on Sunday every morning basically. So you're going to get like maybe the most gentle staking on there. So take whatever Karuru is doing and just divide it by half, and that's what a Kala is going to be doing. So really, I think the Kusama side is really where it's going to be at if you're trying to degen it up, especially with new projects.
I mean, Kusama fucks.
Yeah, Kusama fucks, and then dot bucks or something. I don't know.
I'm looking forward to seeing where Karura is going to be in 1 year, because it's like people don't even realize. Like, I think people are a little impatient knowing that Karura came out like basically in end of July. Yeah, and now it's like September. Like, why isn't it $100 yet? It's just like
I can wait.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good. What are the yields come? What do you say where can you be able to stake it soon?
Yeah, I mean, right now you can liquid stake it, and you can get like 16% on a card token, but you could get up to 33%. But you have to do something called the loyalty program, which I think is kind of a bad deal, because you have to be staked for like almost damn near a year. You get 33% of your money, and like the only thing I've staked that long is either Hex, which at least gives me a decent amount of return over that time, or what's something else? Alluvium, which is like, paying out like something like 500 to 400% APY, right? That's kind of worth it to stake it out that long. But to be locked up in there for a full year, that's kind of risky. I'd rather stay a little liquid.
Isn't it liquid KSM? Not.
Yeah. But that's paid out in car. Yeah, it's paid out in car, but that's what I'm saying is like they're trying to get you to lock up your coins, right? Like your car, because the more Kusama that they can lock up for you and stuff, they can earn. If I remember right, what they're doing with that is they're yielding on it, right? So they're giving you back some returns of the money that you should be already getting from Kusama, and then they're keeping a little bit of that rub. So it's really kind of a shitty deal if you look at it, because you can get 22% APY by staking Kusama on the Fearless wallet right now, compounding, and you cannot stake it in 7 days. Where in that, right, you have you're basically giving them an income, so they're jacking about 6% of your APY to then pay you not in Kusama, but to create buying pressure in car token.
Low.
You know what I mean? It's like
so low.
Yeah.
Like, why is it only 16%? Like homie, at least 30. Like, what is happening?
Right, but that's the 30s for the longer term one, right? And then that one, it makes me wonder how would they pay. So probably they're probably keeping the Kusama interest payments and then just giving you inflation basically as well. But they have to create some buying pressure too, because if they just give you nothing but inflation and no one's buying the card token, so it's a sort of thing where like they're probably doing like 10 or 12% of the inflation you're getting from Kusama staking, and then doing that to buy as buying pressure, or at least buying support, so the coin just stays at a certain level, But yeah.
On KSM, didn't the 10th slot auction just close recently?
I'd have to check. I haven't checked. I've just been sleeping. My bad.
I saw something about it. There's talks about like the 11th chain auction like opening right after, back to back, essentially.
I mean, that'd be great. I mean, the more supply we can get locked up on Kusama, the better. The thing is like we're kind of getting diminishing returns on the auctions. We haven't gotten a project we're super excited for, but like let's just say if we had gotten like I don't know, as an example, right? Let's just say for Hex, for some fucking reason, wanted to like be a like literally, but that's actually going to happen in the future, where for projects and other chains can come over onto Polkadot or Kusama and actually and like say, hey, we want to buy a parachain slot, and they can. So imagine like Hex, some big project like Hex wanted to be on the parachain slot. Everyone would be like, whoa, holy shit. And then the Hexicans would buy Kusama up, stake it out and stuff to get the Kusama, and then they'd get that. And then that would cause like a large percentage of the Kusama, staking, or the percentage of the entire token to be staked out. And then as soon as it ends, depending on the speculation, oh my God, man, I'm sorry, I'm fucking sleepy. On the fucking auction when it ends, depending if it's a 1 year or 2 year lockup, if it's just a 1 year, then you'll just on the day that it ends and it's done, that day add 365 to it, and that's when the coins are coming out. So if an auction just ended yesterday, then basically a year from now, those coins are coming out. Yeah, but no, for sure. Hey Patrick, man, you haven't asked any questions, man. What's going on, bro?
Just for the for viewers to come in.
Okay.
Pay no mind to me.
Jesus.
Beautiful.
Just
Oh, Patrick, are you interested in NFTs?
No. I'm an absolute newbie, so no, it's too degenerate for me. And most NFTs, I'm an artist. I like
No,
art and stuff.
Making.
No.
yeah, it looks like a bunch of paints in the background there.
Yeah, those are miniatures, paints, airbrush, and stuff. And I'm currently working on a Kickstarter with a friend, making miniatures, painting the promo miniatures.
I used to play Star Wars miniatures like 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Where I'm actually doing some alternatives for them because most of them look like shit.
Yeah. Can you do a Palpatine with a red lightsaber back here and Force lightning in the front? And that's
no, I'm looking forward to do a Darth Talon. She's a Twilight, and people
I know
like
what Darth Talon is.
Yeah, and people like titties, and yeah, it's gonna sell. It's gonna sell. Yeah, it is what it is.
I don't know. I thought a lot of the miniature guys were mostly doing like Warhammer.
Yeah, I do as well.
Okay.
That's
shit's expensive.
Yeah, I know, but you see, it's a very small room. I don't pay very much rent. I can live off like $600 per month. I'm fine with that. That's why I'm looking forward to next year. I'm going to quit my job next year. I postpone it, and then I'm getting into 3D art and crypto sideways. It's going to be great, and I'm looking forward to it. I have no debt, so I'm fine. Jesus Christ, would you stop that?
You said everybody likes titties, so I put some titties on the screen for you. Some yoga titties.
Yeah, yoga.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You know, me and Charlie have been joking around in the background about like one day when we make a movie, like, man, we're going to have so much fun casting fucking MLD.
It's going to be a great shit show.
Oh my god, bro. It's going to be amazing. But that's good, Patrick. I mean, like, what did you do? Did you end up just doing the basic portfolio that we kind of outlined, or did you already have a portfolio in terms of
I watched Fresh and Fit in Q3, and I was like, no, I'm not going to get in. And we wanted to buy some real estate. I had 10K left. We wanted to go to East Europe, and they wouldn't want to sell. The Polish are actually pretty based, and they saw, yeah, shit is coming. We keep our real estate. And I was like, yeah, 10K, what to do? And I saw the podcast. I'm not going to get into the crypto mindset course. And I just put 10K into ETH. And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And then at this course, you told me, yeah, buy some Polkadot. I'm like, oh, okay, staked it. And it's like portfolio, like 80% ETH and 20% DOT, Karura, and some other shit.
Got you. I mean, I'd probably just get a little Phantom and some Hex in there, man. And I think you're well-rounded on that stuff because you'll pretty much always have something pumping for you in the minor portfolios. Because if you had something like a 60%, if you had like a 60% ETH and then 10% in each of those ecosystems, then when that ecosystem really ramps up and stuff, like you're gonna do some good multiples on that because you get an 8x on ETH, but then you get something like a 10 to 15 on some of those other ecosystems. So it'll end up being a good chunk of change,
I think positive. My character's like, yeah, I'll get some money and I'm fine with that. Like, I don't get greedy.
Right. Okay. Well, that's new for me.
I mean, if the predictions are true, I get 6 figures next year. In Germany, It's going to be tax-free because I hold it for 1 year.
For 1 year. Yep.
And that's like, okay, I never had that kind of money. I already made a plan to reinvest that because if Ethereum drops to 5K, I'm going to afford 10 more. Like, that's great. And after that, I'm getting into degenerate coins and that. I'm a complete newbie, but I already made a little bit of a battle plan.
Well, damn, Patrick, man, you're the man with the plan, dude. I like this. This is good, man. Yeah, because some people they really do want like all of it up here, and some people are like, no, I need this right here, and like, what can I do to get to that? And that's a good strategy, man. Yeah. You're in good hands, then. That's cool, man. Dude, is Pandemic Pickup out yet or not?
It is. We started off.
Nice.
like less than 24 hours ago. So now people are signing up. Somebody just signed up for like an hour ago. But it's late in the West Coast. It's like 2:42 a.m. East Coast, it's like 11:43 p.m. Right? 11:42 p.m.
No, East Coast is 2 in the morning. Yeah, it's like 2 in the morning.
West Coast, it's like what 11:45 right here. Right,
Yep,
guys?
11:42. Yep.
Yeah. No, I'm just taking it easy. Everything's going good over here, and my streams have been fantastic. But just really, talking to the guys in the Masculine Empowerment Network about like the importance of like what's happening right now with hate to even get political, but like the fact that Janet Yellen is the Secretary of Treasury, how like nobody even fucking as like alarmed about that at all. It's just like you guys are all deserved of the poverty that's coming your way.
Yeah.
That like I don't know, man. I like that shit is like yeah, man. That bitch is a fucking communist. Like and they're trying to rob America of purchasing power, and it's happening. But like I said, crypto is like seriously a way to alleviate. I mean, I think I'm starting to sound like the old people I used to like criticize when I was younger, but like they are like the purchasing power of the dollar in the middle class is shrinking. Yep. And it's like you have to choose a side pretty soon. It's like, do you want to like strive to being rich as fuck just so you can like keep the standard you're living? Or are you ready to like become like Brazil and live in a favela? Because it's like just it's one of those that's coming your way.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, the Australians are so dude. Australia, bro.
Pandemic pickup works for everybody, man. Pandemic pickup works for everybody, every country. All you got to do, it's open now. Go to pandemicpickup.com. We teach you how to do day game. We teach you how to do online game. We teach you how to beat the algorithm. Yep. It's pretty lit.
No, I'm telling you, man. Like I like people always alternate. As soon as you get some money, you want to get some girls, and when you get some girls, then you want to get some money. It's like it's a toggle switch. It's just you're just concentrating on one of them at some part of your life, and then the other, and then you switch back and forth, right? And like John's really is the man when it comes to that sort of stuff, because I am shocked sometimes when I read in the chats when you guys are simping over some girls, man. What the fuck, bros?
It was so cringe.
Wow, bro. Wow.
Chat was simping.
Your settings, like, all right, you've got a cat emoji, or it's like me, Elias, right? Imagine this. This is my fucking picture. Nobody's seen my fucking face ever, and I send my fucking cock to some fucking random girl.
Yeah.
Like, I'm totally gonna get her, bro. I'm totally gonna get her.
Leave Chloe out of this.
Gen 2.
Oh man.
Those two are like lightning rods.
Well, look, I gotta go. I'm gonna go watch James Bond.
All right, man. Later, man.
We'll chat soon.
Venom's out. Venom's out now, actually, too.
Oh.
Yeah, it comes out in 2 weeks in Japan because they're fucking. They suck. But anyways, I gotta go live in the past over here. But until then, I'll see you guys.
All right,
see ya.
Cool, man. But yeah, am I still live? Thank God. I was afraid when I said, like, sometimes I'm afraid actually saying when I say, I know the evil incantations to take the stream. Like, I can bomb any stream in a second, dude. In a second. Yeah. There's like a certain set of words you can say that will demonetize you, and then the stream will be off of YouTube like that. I accidentally was trying this evil Harry Potter curse, abracadabra on Balliot Brand's channel. My bad, bro. But I got his fucking video taken and he got a strike on his YouTube channel, man. My bad, bro. I'm sorry.
Absolute chat move.
But yeah, man. Shit. Let's answer some questions in the chat. And if anyone else wants to come on, man, here you go. I'm gonna keep the stream open for another hour, maybe another 30 minutes and stuff and everything. Just answer questions and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna have a bunch of guests coming on. Yeah, I can't wait to I've got quite a few interviews I'm gonna do, and then I'm actually gonna do just nothing but a Q&A episode and stuff. Maybe next week. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Miguel, how well do you know the NFT market? Because it feels like the shakier the like crypto market feels, the hotter the NFT market gets.
That's actually kind of a new trend, because usually when the market went down, the NFT market fucking hyper died. So when confidence is totally broken in the market, the NFT market some of the first money, the money stuff, the big money stuff's moving because those guys are starting to cash out, and then the little guys aren't enough there to sustain it, and then there's it's dry. I've seen it happen multiple times. So this is kind of new right now. What's going on that that should let you know that the market's not really dead. That the NFT spec, the most. I mean, I don't know who's more degenerate. I mean, I guess maybe levered out. Like there's like the holy trinity of like, oh, there we go, 1, 2, 3, right there we go. Like there's three holy trinity fucking power points in this crypto space. You got the leverage traders, you got the leverage fucking yield rug farmers, and then you got the NFT dudes buying and selling NFTs. Like these are this is the fucking like this is even like this is even crazier than like anything in, I mean, it's fucking insane. These are like the three craziest fucking aspects of crypto. There's one other guy, right? But he's in Hex and stuff, which is like some guy who may invest into coins that are under $1 million in market cap. That dude's just crazy. But like these guys, right? Like you can sort of figure it out, right? Like you can math it up and kind of figure out the yield farms or the rug farms in order to get out and stuff. Some guys make a lot of money like that. Some at the highest level, the NFT guys are flipping. I know guys who flip make like 45, 80,000 a day off of NFTs and stuff just on that. And then on the other side, yield farming. I mean, leverage trading. Obviously there's millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars you can make off of leverage. But you see how it's much easier for you guys to believe when I say leverage trading, right? Because you can because it's betting, right? I'm betting $100,000 that Ethereum's going to go up $100 and I'm long, and then it goes up, and then like holy fuck, and I sell and I cash out. I'm like, yo, I'm up like crazy, right? But then with the NFT side, that's a lot. That's actually a little bit. I think that's a lot harder.
It's pure intuition.
Way more harder and more. It's more of a skill, but still, it's still an art. Where rug farming, it's also you got lucky or you're really early, but also on top of that, there is a lot of math. But a lot of times you sometimes don't know if you're that early or you might be really late on it. So it's kind of like, I've known stuff projects. This is why I never recommend any of this shit. But like something like I don't know Titan, but like there's like some rugs or there's some projects that look legitimate. They're mining it for 1 or 2 days and then rugged. That's it, done.
While we're at NFTs, I have a question. I'm like, I know the meme, we're in it for the technology, but I recently watched a lot about Polkadot, Ethereum, how the networks work. And I really like the technology. I'm like, wow, this is so cool. NFTs, on the other hand, it looks like shit to me. And it's too degenerate for me. I'm like, why would I invest in something I don't like? Is it okay for a noob to just go, I'll leave the NFT side out?
Coins are coins. Coins are always going to be a part of it's the main game. The NFTs, the NFT is always a side piece. It's always going to be a side piece.
Right.
I mean, but it doesn't mean it's going to get bigger over time because eventually that's going to encompass the NFT market. Might be the real estate flipping title deed selling market where you're actually selling real estate that's yielding under some sort of a trust company that has managers. Maybe it has like 98% occupancy, and then people trading that paper around. That is coming in within 10 years. We're going to get the first tokenized equity by the next cycle. I know of projects right now, like Exodus Wallet is the first tokenized equity project ever. So you can actually own equity in token form. I know the next one coming up and a couple of them coming up, right? But it's going to be slow for the cycle. Next cycle, we're going to get a lot of tokenized equity plays. That's going to be a new little branching part of the crypto space that's coming up. And then probably towards the tail end of next cycle, we're going to start getting tokenized real estate and actually fractionalized real estate ownership. So you could start owning, if you own a certain token, you could probably, depending on the project, how they do it, it'll probably end up being like, all of them together and you just own a tiny piece of it. But I've seen projects where they're trying to sell, like you might own room number 119 and you'll own the income of room 119. 80%. Wow. Yeah, dude, it's going to get, shit's going to get fucking crazy. Dude, I'm telling you guys, like, man, stick through this shit, man. We're going to make fucking money, son.
You really need to play NFTs because it's just like if you get lucky on like a good project, like say you bought an ape at like 1 ETH.
Hey.
But like say you bought an ape at like 1 ETH and you just fucking held and you just didn't look at it, you could be a millionaire within months.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. That does take luck though, but that's becoming so. There's a ton of money in being a tastemaker. And that's why I spent so much time. Me and Charlie spent so much time trying to teach you guys stupid memes and the vernacular. It's not just for. And there's a reason I use the Pepe thing, right? Because Pepe is kind of king this cycle, and you're not going to make it, or like, oh shit, I wrote myself. You know, these dumb jokes, or like the Citadel.
Yeah.
Like all this stuff is to actually you get the inside jokes, and you get what's sort of going on. That, and she leaves. But well, whatever. Okay. Oh, you go, Joey. What's going on, bro?
Hey, what's up, bro?
What's up, man?
That's a bitching shirt you got, Miguel.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
thanks.
it's bangers.
Yo,
Yeah.
chat, get into NFTs. The other day, I accidentally sold a $90,000 NFT.
A $90,000
$90?
Yep. I didn't know the value. Ah,
Shout out,
Juicy.
bro.
Good job.
That come up, bro.
no. I sold it low. I didn't know the price.
Oh,
No.
It's the price you pay to play.
Can I ask what it was, at least in the genre?
I'm not gonna say it.
Ah,
I'm not gonna say it. It's painful.
teasing us?
okay, was it at least like was it like some sort of picture NFT? You know, like one of the hot ones.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, got you. Because I know if you sold the punk for that little man, that you'd be jumping off the fucking cliff. I think I have an idea of which one you sold. I have an
If
idea.
I had a punk, I would have roped.
Fuck.
Oh my god! Hey, dude. I mean, isn't that crazy? That's crypto right there, bro. Where you could sell something for $90,000 and be like, "God damn it, bro! I fucking
Yeah.
an idiot." How much did you buy for an ETH or something back in the day?
0.3 ETH.
Oh. Mwah.
Beautiful. Mwah.
Chef's kiss.
Oh, dude.
Again.
Yeah,
I'm
dude,
telling you have to fucking play to win. You have to play to win.
Hey, but take that money. But now you have to start with that 90 grand. I mean, obviously, I'm not telling you to do it with all of it. I'd rather be in coins, but you can now have the type of money where you can kind of like play around. You have 10 ETH, 20 ETH, kind of like with
I missed it. It was worth 90, but I sold for lower than that. And I'm not gonna say
Oh.
the number because
Okay, now I understand. Got you. Yeah, but it's just the name of the game. I mean, yeah, it's impossible to. But sometimes you do got to take some money off the table. That's actually the hardest thing to do, especially on some coins. Like once you guys have been around long enough, like more than a year or stuff in the space, like you're really in profit on some of these coins, and then the money starts getting stupid. Not taking some. I'm not saying sell all of it, but like you got to take something, right? You got to buy Ronald McDonald's t-shirts from time to time, you know? Like, yeah. What's up, Chloe?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm sitting here having my sun bath.
Got you. So what rug farm are you in today?
Well, I'm in the boo farm.
You're in Boo Farm? Hey, that's not a rug.
We love boo.
Oh, that's cool.
By the way, I've been following the woo also.
Oh, yeah, I haven't gotten to Woo very much, but I know fundamentally, like there's actually a lot of big players kind of invested into that token. So I'm pretty sure it's going to get some support at some point on the token and stuff. Right now, what's going from what I'm seeing, it looks like anything that's kind of a decentralized sort of exchange, because China's kind of it looks like they're really banning crypto, but I don't care. But like they're really banning crypto, so all those degenerate Chinese crypto traders, right? They're looking for a way with a VPN or some sort to actually be trading on Ethereum or some kind of decentralized autonomous sort of exchange and stuff. So all these kind of woos, perps, and all this other stuff are, they're kind of going up in price right now because I heard this part. What did I hear? Somebody sent me this. Chico talked about this actually. What was it? That Huawei might be shutting down, at least in China, or something like that. I didn't even know about that. And I was like, whoa, dude, that's crazy. And shout out to Chico, man. I heard he's been fucking like talking about
I know that the Huobi and the Binance, they are kicking all the Chinese users out.
Yeah. So,
and the thing is that the Huobi is based, basically most of their users are Chinese.
Right.
They have crazy leverages.
And they can't sell their coins. either. So I actually saw someone say that. Like, I have to remember who. It may have been Charlie Lee's brother. Yeah, people don't know Charlie Lee has an older brother, the guy from Litecoin. His older brother made the first exchange in China.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So and he was forced to sell it. He told me that himself. Like, he's forced to sell. Yeah, he's forced to sell it, and then he ended up creating a company called Ballot wallets and stuff, which are like some little like there's some sort of like, I don't have one here, but I still have one, but like it's a little kind of like a crypto credit card. It's not actually a credit card. It's more like it's an actual wallet, and you're supposed to just have to stick it into some devices and stuff, and it's like it's a hardware wallet. But DYDX and stuff, that's one as well that's kind of been pumping like crazy. But they gave a huge airdrop of coins to users and stuff, but it's mostly held by mostly whales that hold the supply on that coin.
Isn't it marketing?
Miguel?
Yeah.
What's the most degenerate?
What? Wait, what? Whoa, what?
What's the most degenerate farm you have ever done?
Oh, the farm?
Yes.
Damn, that is a question, man. Dude, game over. I am. Oh, wait, hold up. Let me just say this. Is it because I'm poor and black? I don't even know that you're black. How the fuck? What are you talking about, bro? Ask the question, dude, or come here. I look and put the link in the chat. Like, how many times, bro? Come on, dude. I'm not afraid of talking to anybody. Bro.
Wouldn't AVAX be the most degen?
Well, yeah. There's some. Oh man, damn, that is a Chloe asked a fucking crazy ass question. Oh shit. Wait.
We want to know.
What's the most degenerate? Okay, this is back in 2017. I was in this. Okay. Think the most simplistic website ever. I mean, literally, it's like white. It was for Syndicator app, and the Syndicator had this coin back in the day, right? And it still exists now, but it's dead, dead coin. But you would click on the app, and it would let you bet on things going up and down. And you got to think of the most simplistic like website of all time. It was like white, gray lines, and text. I mean, that bad. It was the jankiest shit I've ever used. And we were betting on basically the crypto prices going up and down and stuff. That's maybe something I was betting some I don't know, maybe like 20 Litecoin at the time. So that was like maybe like $200 each a Litecoin or something like that back in the day. I'm trying to in terms of right now, I don't know. I haven't really. I'm very careful in terms of degenerate stuff. I tried Dino Swap for a while, but I know that's not a rug really. It's just a yield they're going down on Dino. I played around with Territ a little bit. Territ. So Territ's cool. I've mostly been fucking around with like Phantom kind of farms and stuff. But one thing I tell you guys, if you guys are ever going to do something like that, you got to make sure to create another another wallet with a different like set of private keys away from your other wallet, just in case, because you never know, you could be accepting permissions on something you don't know about on that wallet, and and from there I've been playing around with some stuff. Grim Swap, Spirit Swap's actually legitimate as well. It's a competitor, but I think Territ's kind of cool because but it is levered a little bit. That's why I didn't recommend it in the course, because I just think that's a little like there's just too much stuff for the guys who don't know what they're doing. They'll just leave their money on there and
Yeah,
hurt.
I agree. Yeah. I think Terra is legit. Actually, I've been following the like development team. Seems they're honest guys, and also I think to start with 2x or they have 1x, 2x, 3x. I think if you know what you are doing, it should be fine, as long as you understand the team, who is behind, and it's trustworthy developers.
Right.
Oh, thank you for sharing.
Yeah, no problem. And something I heard about too. It looks like Yearn Finance might be porting over onto Phantom in about a month. That's huge. That's huge because imagine having Yearn. What I'm really excited about. Look, so anyone who's used Phantom before, you basically know how to use PulseChain, because all the EVM chains, all the Ethereum virtual machine compatible chains are basically not they're basically the same. They use all the basic stuff. They all have a Uniswap. They all have an Aave. They all have a swap. They all have a bridge. It's the same shit. Then that's the starting block. And then from there, every chain kind of evolves in their own sort of a specialization, right? Where like Phantom's more of like, I would put Phantom's more of going the Ethereum route, where they're going NFT, like, you know, like it's all memes and and farming, but like it's not like rug farms. It's more like you're yield farming the inflation on the tokens. Where on Avalanche, it's more actual like rug farming or yield farming for that whole chain and stuff. And I'm not being a little fair to AVAX a little bit, but like they're pretty much just incentivizing people to just come onto the platform and just get all the money out of it. And then as soon as it dries up, I think they're gonna bounce the fuck out of AVAX. I think, unless they can keep up all the money coming onto there, you know.
I love FTM's memes. They're so cute.
No, they're pretty cool and stuff. I want to see what they do for Halloween. I'll be mad disappointed if they don't do anything for Halloween, man. Like,
yes,
literally.
We are having a Halloween party, right?
Yeah, we're gonna have a Halloween party and stuff. Everyone's got to come dressed up.
Yes, very good. I'm having a party with my girlfriends too. I think.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we should do that too.
Heck yeah, man.
Everybody should dress up.
All right, it's a plan. No, Chloe said so. But
yes, and in the course, there was a guy said that my cup was bigger than my head, so I have changed it to a smaller cup.
No, change it to a much bigger cup. Like, fuck it.
Big cup.
No, I love the memes. It's cute. Okay, guys, what are you up to now? Anybody into NFT?
I've been playing with the only ETH though.
I've been looking into it too.
Too detailed for me.
Yeah, to NFTs. I was just actually looking up this NFTs called Exospheres, and it dropped, but all the bots like just bought it immediately.
Gotcha.
So I got like lucked out.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mechaverse in 5 days now, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard of that too. I'm looking into that.
Easy 10x.
Right.
Thanks, sounds good.
Yeah, that one looks interesting.
I'm waiting for Phantoms. I'm waiting for Phantoms Marketplace to really turn on and stuff to see what kind of NFT. If you're gonna get it, because dude, Phantom's so fucking cheap, and it just like why I like Phantom so much is because I feel like that's what in a couple of months like PulseChain's gonna end up being as well. Like that's what I really like too, because like with Phantom, right? I mean, we're still really early in Phantom, but we're not as early as like 4 months ago on Phantom. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. We're on PulseChain ground fucking floor. Ground floor. So there's a lot of opportunities. Just basically just like, you know, if you're gonna take the gamble on that, right? You get in, you buy projects and stuff. I know some friends of mine that are gonna be launching some stuff as well, and I'm gonna ape into some of that stuff. And it's gonna be a really interesting ride, I think, too. You know, Hex and then PulseChain token, dude. It's gonna be a fucking crazy ride, man. Like, very few times do regular people get in on these projects on the ground floor. Straight up, like most people never heard of Phantom when it really launched. No one heard of fucking AVAX when it launched. I managed to hear about Hex when it launched and stuff like that. I mean, I got early on Celsius and stuff, but I didn't get it at the beginning. But like, well, thank God actually on that one. It did pretty well in 2017. It did okay in 2017, and then it just had a horrible bear market and it came back. But like I got into it after it started at bottom, then it was starting to come back up basically from there in 2020. But yo, Joey, I didn't even ask you. So what's up, dude? What's going on?
Nothing much, man. Just chilling like a villain.
Chilling like a villain in a film.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah, I asked you and Charlie about the degen farms. Yeah. And
yeah. I mean, I'm very careful when I say that sort of stuff. But like the most degenerate thing I'm pulling, but I'm fucking pulling right now is basically just spooky swap stuff and then Illuvium right now. The Illuvium returns have been fucking crazy, dude. Like, damn, man, it's fucking sick. Like, I've been earning like something like $2,000 a day in fucking Illuvium tokens.
Jeez.
Yeah, dude, it's ridiculous. But that's with like only 40% of my position in the locked pool, and it's 60 in the flexible. And the crazy thing is those rewards that you're getting are, once you unstake them, they're also staked as well, and they're earning 66% APY on top of that. And here's the cool. I don't think I went into enough detail on in the course. So if you guys want to know what I'm talking about, anyone who took the course, go back to income tokens. That's the webinar where I talk about all this stuff. But So sort of the way that works, the way that works is exactly almost like a hex stake, where like once you, like everyone wants to unstake a really long-term hex stake, but no one really wants to wait the time on that long-term hex stake. So because all that stuff's locked for 2 years, whatever coins is in there basically double the coins, and that's the staking. That's like how much coins you actually have in the flexible pool. So what ends up happening is that you could. So imagine that you claim your rewards every month or every 2 weeks. You could just skip. You could unstake one of your stakes, then go to the next one and unstake. So you could keep 50% of your rewards, and because of the 2 rating, you still have 100% of the original coins. You have a total earning yield for you. So you can keep a fucking hodl bag off fucking Illuvium for like ever, basically, and earn a decent return on that. And if Illuvium does anything, if you ever need cash, you just unstake one of those Illuvium stakes, and then you just cash out, basically.
When you're paying Illuvium Bank,
I'm sorry?
You're literally using it as a bank, essentially.
Yeah, I'm using it as a bank. Yeah, I'm bankrolling it. I mean, because like I'm providing it liquidity for people to buy and sell it. You know, like when I got into the pool, I was like 75% of the total pool when I jumped in and stuff. So like, you know, we're providing liquidity for the token, and then, you know, there's only 634,000 tokens until March. So right now, if the token launches, oh boy, here we go. If the token launches anything like they're supposedly going to launch the mobile game in December. If they launched the mobile game in December, oh my god, bro! Oh my god, that token's gonna fucking launch, man. Jesus Christ!
We are ready for it.
Yeah. Oh my god, the man, the myth, the Bombadil.
I want to say,
What's
up?
Good
to see you guys.
What you up to, man?
I'm living the dream, man. The Hexagon lifestyle.
Fuck yeah, man. Fuck yeah.
3 a.m. I'm someone that Miguel got into Hex, and now I'm living off the interest. So.
Fuck yeah, man.
He's my Hex Jesus.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, man. I'm doing there's an airdrop, not an airdrop. There's a Solana NFT tomorrow called Meerkat Millionaire Club. That it's at 6 p.m. Eastern time. It's 3 in the morning here, and you get 100% of the royalties from that. And Solana NFTs are on the come up, and so if you mint it, you get permanent 15% royalty for minting, and then holding you get 85%. So I'm gonna be aping into that tomorrow.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I haven't really gotten into a lot of the Solana stuff, but at least the fees are super low for trading. If you're gonna trade or something or sell, and
yeah,
damn, dude. I mean, that's pretty cool. How much are they selling for? One Solana.
One Solana.
Yeah, man. Throw us a link in the chat, or in the chat, or throw us a link in the Telegram chat and stuff. I'll check it out.
Wait,
I will. I had a question real quick though.
Yeah, of course.
So this is kind of a technical question, but I saw some of the hexagons. There's this website called revoke.cash, and when you put in your public address, it'll show that like you've given allowances to like Uniswap or 1inch, that they technically have the ability to just like withdraw your coin from there. They have unlimited allowances. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's something. I guess. Yeah, they could. Depending on some of the stuff. Yeah, they could. A malicious website could essentially like not rob your wallet, but basically like spend a lot of your ETH in your wallet and spend tokens and stuff and everything like that. So, that's why usually when I'm done, I disable all the permissions on the wallets and stuff to any website that I'm using. And typically, you really only want to be using like Uniswap and things like that, and everything like that. Like that's why I tell you guys to have multiple wallets, especially if you're using degenerate stuff. You have to go to other stuff. You gotta have multiple MetaMasks or different types of Coinbase wallets, or like you can't have all your coins on one wallet. Especially if you're doing more complex things. If you're just buying and holding Bitcoin, I mean, you're fine. But like the more if you're trying to degen farm and you're doing NFTs, you got to have an NFT wallet. You got to have a yield farming wallet. You got to have a phantom wallet. You got to have you got to compartmentalize it, everything. Like just like Tom right here. You got to have a Hex wallet. Then you got your hodling wallet. Then you got to have this wallet, that wallet. It's a lot more pain in the ass to keep control of your keys and stuff, but it's just shit you got to do, That way, if there ever is like a leak in the boat somewhere, like somehow you got rugged on something, only one of these blocks, like let's just pretend you have 6 wallets, just like the 6 panelists we have here, only one of those would be compromised, and you're like, holy shit, but at least you still have the rest of the ship there in the compartments.
Right.
Yeah, someone's typing on the computer. Is that you, Tyler?
No.
Who is
It's
that?
not me.
No, I think it's the mic issues.
I can't see any chat. I can't see any message when the video is on.
Huh.
I hear it. It's like popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Stop
guys.
now.
Guys, you guys are already millions, and some of you are
No.
millions in making. So guys, you need to dress like you are.
Nope.
I'm just like a pauper, man.
Because you worth it, and your life worth it.
Right.
Miguel. But Miguel, actually, I like your shirt. I like your
Oh,
shirt.
thank you.
It's a beautiful one.
Oh, thank you. It's Hawaiian. There we go.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we need
know
merch
what?
already.
You know what? I'm happy to help. I'm here. I'm a stylist.
Okay.
Yes, you have to dress like you are. You're a millionaire. You're a billionaire in making. So value yourself. It's your life. Miguel, what are you laughing about?
I value myself very much. I just like, oh my god, I feel so comfortable in the shirt. I don't know. I don't know what Chloe. Yeah, like I know, but it's fucking hilarious. Like I just dress however I want to dress, but like if I want to dress up, I'll dress up and sort of stuff. But like that's kind of what crypto is. Like I understand that too. Like but like it's like the sort of thing where how do I say this? In crypto, we can do whatever we want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, we can
That's why
like literally, you can be in a t-shirt. Like there's this old saying.
We are here because of the freedom.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, absolutely. The freedom, and we all want to go to the other side,
Right.
but the journey should be also beautiful. Of course, comfortable is very important. Comfortable, and also, something that presents you.
I'm sorry.
Something that represents you.
Okay. Yeah. I know. Yeah. Don't worry. Yeah. I know what you're saying. Yeah. I mean, it's just like you gotta express yourself, and everything like that. I don't know. It's I'm having a blast right now, man. I love what I'm doing right now for a living.
I love your shirt. It's a beautiful one.
Yeah.
We always
not
take it
the
the Mark
problem.
Zuckerberg approach, right? Where you kind of, when you're that rich, you just dress like shit.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna dress like shit, but like I do subscribe to having some sort of a uniform, a little bit. I'm a black long sleeve kind of guy. I love wearing black long sleeves all the time. But you do have to dress up from time to time and stuff. I mean, I got suits and stuff. I just never wear them on stream.
Suits, it's a little bit dry. I mean, there are casual, smart casual. It's nice.
Oh, it's nice. They're Tom Ford.
Tom Ford is great.
Yeah, that's a great. Yeah, they're fucking expensive, but they're good suits.
There are other, more. I mean, I think as long as you define your style and how you want to be pursued, that's the most important. And then you have to feel comfortable and something represents you.
No, definitely.
Your value behind.
Yeah, no, I got you, and stuff. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the style is evolving over time, but like honestly, like I just show what I want to show, basically. Let's get back to crypto and stuff. I mean, I think I'm pretty fucking fly right now.
Yeah.
Donald shirt, I feel like fucking collar pops and shit. I mean, the only thing I need to add to this wardrobe is just fucking Cuban link iced out and stuff, and everyone be like, "Oh shit!" There's a little flashy Rolex right here. Everyone be like, "Damn, you're fucking ripping right now."
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I could wear a fucking t-shirt with a fucking Ethereum fucking fucking unicorn on it, and I'd be wearing the correct uniform for crypto. That's like it's just crypto has this sort of thing where like it's sort of like internet casual in a way. But like there is this whole thing where like I catch people all the time like in LA or something like that where they dress terribly but they have a Rolex on their hand and there's like, oh, that guy has money, but like he's dressing because he wants to dress the way he wants to, right? And then if that same guy was not wearing a Rolex, so look at that fucking bum walking in the street and shit. And it's the same thing where like when you're rich or when you're poor, you know, if you're a poor crazy guy, you know, you're crazy. If you're a rich crazy guy, you're eccentric. You know, it's it's like that.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about. Eccentric. You gotta be eccentric, my dear.
Eccentric. Yeah, you gotta be woo woo and shit. I mean, like that's why I always post that picture of that fucking lady. You know, the lady with the crystal ball from Harry Potter, the divination teacher and shit. Like,
authentic.
Yeah. But yeah, let's get back to crypto, you guys.
Yes.
You guys have questions?
So Miguel, talk more about the cycle low and what do we expect in October?
Well, cycle. I mean, honestly, we can get one more scare in the 30s. I guess it wasn't Tom. I guess we can get one more scare into the 30s, but I don't think we push below the 30s and stuff. And then after that, we're probably going to inch our way towards $55,000, and we're just going to be between 45 to 55,000, and then at some point we break that $55,000 zone and we go up to 65 again, 68, and then we're at all-time highs of like 81 basically. It's going to shock the market really, really crazy because it's going to creep and sneak up on us. We're going to think the price of BTC is just like so boring. Fuck, the price has been like this forever. Oh, it's been like this forever, and then boom, right? But if you look at the overall market, what's going on right now is that China almost gave up on their mining industry, and the mining industry is moving over to the United States. Look at all the investment that Celsius is doing and all the banks and stuff. There has been so much mining investment activity going on in the States, more than anywhere else in the world. Like the United States is starting to get a bigger pie of the hash power rate in the world stage. And if China and if all these Chinese miners are really getting out of there, and then China it's becoming illegal to own cryptocurrencies and stuff like that, and especially if we get kind of draconian. Yeah, what is that sound? Yeah, whose mic is that?
I don't think it's mine. I muted myself and I still heard it.
Same.
Let's see.
Oh, sounds better.
Is that it?
Right?
Anyway, gotta leave.
Okay, man.
Nice talking to you. Bye.
Okay.
Man.
It's okay.
I think it's yours, Tyler. Yeah.
Was it me?
Yeah, I think it's yours.
Oh, okay.
Just
It's fine. I'll head out.
It's fine.
You can just mute yourself. And he left.
He escaped.
Yeah. But what were we talking about?
Oh, we're
I
talking
lost my train of thought.
about miners.
Oh yeah. So the one of the reasons why we haven't even had the ETF at all is because we don't have enough mining hash power, right? So imagine this. It's like usually the United States is pretty fucking retarded on their stuff, but this is pretty like. If I was being really greedy, I'd be like, what the fuck? No, pass the ETF already. But you got to look at it in terms of like the United States and all the money that's there. If they control none of the hash, I can own 1 million Bitcoin. That doesn't mean anything. I don't actually control the network and don't run anything. I don't make rules in the network. But if if I own like 10% of the hash power, that gives me some control here, you know, a little bit some sway in the Bitcoin system. So it's a sort of thing where like it's a sort of thing where the United States wants a decent amount of the hash power, so that if they allow the U.S. Like retirement funds and the and that whole corporate engine, the money to start flowing into crypto, they want to have some kind of say over that cryptocurrency. You know, because that's a lot of money. You know, that's the whole baby boomers retirement. Even though they steal from it and everything like that, it would be really bad if, like, you know, China was able to do some fucking 51 attack or something like that. And people, and I hear this from Bitcoiners all the time. No, that's not possible, man. Fuck out of here. Yeah, it is. Fuck yeah, it is. Like, definitely it is. You know, they like, obviously it's against everyone's best interest to do something like that, but it's if it would hurt the U.S. that bad, then they would probably do something like that, you know. Oh, it was I think it's actually your mic, Chloe.
Oh, it's mine. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Let me mute myself.
Yep. Damn it.
We're good.
Yeah, just unmute yourself when you're ready to talk or something. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, Abu, right? Why do people say when a coin becomes mainstream that it's time to sell? Wouldn't that just increase the price even more, though? It's typically during the first hype wave. So when the coin first gets popular with the general public, then the price is going to rocket up, and then a lot of the guys who got in way before that end up selling, and then once it dumps back down, then those OGs get back in, and then it can actually grow from there, basically. But it's basically exit liquidity. So when the public, or it gets launched on Coinbase and stuff, it's sort of like an IPO for the coin. All the early investors kind of get liquidity and get out, or at least get a certain portion of their profits and their principal out at that point, just because they're up so much, and there's exit liquidity. But it depends on the coin, right? With Hex, even Hex, I think if Hex got listed onto Coinbase, it'd be a huge pump and then a dump down, but it still would be higher in price than it probably started. But it still would go, it's like, you know, that, right? I mean, shit, I'd sell some Hex. They got lunch done. If Hex got on Coinbase, man, god damn, bro. Whew. Yeah.
That'd be great. That'd be great. I think it's coming.
Oh, it's coming one day. I mean, like Coin Market Cap we're going to get listed on Coin Market Cap at some point within 2-3 months. Then afterwards we'll be on. So we'll get a pump off of that, and then we'll get a pump when we get listed on CoinGecko, and then there's going to be all this fucking talk about Hex and all this jazz, and then they might fuck around with that with the. What could happen is that maybe the price of Hex will go up so much that people, like some of the people in the traditional market, won't believe it, or I don't know. And then what the OA can do is start staking some of its Hex to lower the market cap. And then when it stakes, because I think people haven't really calculated that. They think that the T-shirt payout's always going to be at 5 or 6 or 7 or something like that, right? But I think it's actually going to go down to like 2.5, 2.8, 1.8. Because all you need is the OA to stake a bunch of the Hex stakes, stake a bunch of their Hex stakes. That'll lower the circulating supply, at least the total supply that's counted, and the market cap will drop. And then the OA could actually drop the market cap of Hex down to like whatever it wanted, basically. And then all it'd have to do is emergency unstake its own stakes and get 50% of its money back in its own pool. But then it would make it really unlikely. But here's the game theory about that. So he could increase the market cap of Hex as well by doing that if he wanted to. But here's the mindfuck. Because it's actually a way to airdrop and give a lot of money to the stakers of Hex who stake during hard times. This is something I remember saying way back in the day, like when Hex first launched, that this is possible. The OA could emergency unstake stakes and give rewards to people in terms of like a bunch of Hex. But here's the kicker, is that because how it works is you would end up getting a day where like the T-shirt payout could be like, I don't know, 70 Hex per T-shirt or something like that, or 150, 200 Hex per T-shirt for that one day. And what could happen is people would be scared to emergency unstake those stakes. So he's actually padding those stakes to make them actually really unlikely to emergency unstake, because it'd give up a ton of the gains. Because even if let's just say you do a stake for 364 days, right? One day before a year, right? if I were to emergency unstake on a 1 year stake 1 day before, I would still only get my principal plus 50% of the interest. That last day is worth 50% of the interest. So if I were to imagine if you do only 3/4 of the year, you would only get like your principal plus like 15%, 20% of your interest. You know, it's not so you give up so much of that big payout. So it's fucking ingenious, dude. Richard created quite an incredible machine, you know. But yeah,
It really is. He's a mastermind. Very nice talking to you, Miguel and boys. So yeah, have a great day, guys. I need to go, and we'll catch up later.
okay.
Oh, Miguel, you mentioned something, the NFT project in Fenton. I have one that's new. I will send to you later.
Oh yeah, please. Yeah, I'll check it. I'll check it out. Yeah, I'm looking for a couple investments here and there. So yeah,
Perfect.
definitely.
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay. Have a beautiful day. Shoo.
All right. Bye. Shoo. And then
Hey, Miguel.
was
So when that snapshot happens,
right.
and our ERC tokens get transferred over to the Pulse network, and we get PHEX, will we also be getting Pulse tokens too, or do we have to buy that on our own?
You would have to buy that on your own unless you sacrifice. But here's the sort of jest. If you have Ethereum in your wallet, you will get 1 Pulse token per Ethereum.
Okay.
So if you have any Ethereum in your MetaMask, which you will, right? You might have like 1 or 2, right? That'll give you some gas money to use the network. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, I thought the reward should have been a little higher, maybe a little bit higher than that. But hey, it's still like it'll because the network's going to be so cheap. It's 4 times larger or 4 times more. Yeah, actually, if you guys didn't know this, Litecoin and Ethereum have the same TPS. Which is pretty trippy. Yeah, dude, that was pretty trippy. Yeah, it's like the same amount of like bandwidth and stuff on Litecoin and Ethereum, but Pulse will have 4 times more bandwidth or more TPS than that, but as well as it's a lot emptier. So the fees are going to be pretty small, and the larger strategy of what PulseChain is going to do is PulseChain will be sort of like Venom and Carnage sort of symbiote, where they'll steal or take or adopt anything that any chain has created that's useful. So if Ethereum does an upgrade, like, this upgrade's actually pretty decent, we'll take it. And they make the chain stronger. Oh, Solana did something kind of cool. And then Ethereum does an upgrade that's pretty retarded. Nah, we're not going to do that. So so the chain's going to pick and choose the best stuff to upgrade the Pulse chain. And he can increase. So there's something like that happened in Bitcoin where like, oh fuck, look at that, look at this motherfucker, a fucking wild Erie appears. What's going on, bro? Oh yeah, I think you're muted.
Oh, what's going on?
What's going on, dude? But so with Bitcoin, right? There was this whole debate back in the day why like there was that whole Bitcoin Cash fork and everything like that, where they were pretty much saying make the blocks bigger, and by blocks they mean make each. So let's just say as an example, right? The blocks were like in dollar terms a penny, and they wanted like, why don't we just make it 2 pennies or 3 pennies or 4 pennies? Why don't we just scale it over time with like the computing power, right? And people are like, no, you can't change Bitcoin. It's perfect the way it is. No, it's got to be upgraded this way. That's not what Satoshi wanted. It was a big ass fight, and Roger Ver wanted bigger blocks, and he wanted to scale it that way, which is not it's not the worst way, but eventually you kind of run into some trouble with it. But still, it's not terrible. The Bitcoin's got into a huge fight, and then Bitcoin won. Bitcoin Cash just started going down. That story. Well, Richard's going to end up doing a little bit of that, but also adding on other upgrades. Actually, like he could implement ZK rollups, layer 1, and just because Richard's czar, he could just say, here we are, and I'm like, okay, I guess we are, just like that. We're like, and I mean, dude, if we could just added ZK rollups into layer 1 Ethereum, dude, like, do you know how low the gas fees would be? Like 1/64th they are right now, at least, maybe more lower.
Yeah.
Like, dude, what the fuck?
Like stupid numbers.
Yeah. What's up, Erie, man? What's going on, dude?
No, the one thing about that is the reason. Well, I don't know if you want to say Bitcoin Cash failed, but The reason it wasn't as successful as people thought is because pretty much Bitcoin, the only reason people buy it is just because they speculate the price is going to go up.
Yep.
Versus Ethereum, it actually has a use case where you use it for transactions. So because if you look at like price charts, every single pretty much like copy or fork of Ethereum, so Binance, AVAX, well, actually, just except for Polkadot. What are the other ones?
L1's Phantom.
But pretty much every single one except for Polkadot have outperformed Ethereum in terms of price. So had you just bought anything else, you would have made more Ethereum that way.
Yeah, it's
because
sort
of
of
lower fees.
it's lower market cap. It's easier to pump. It's a lot of these coins are like suffer or don't suffer from the thing of law of big numbers. So if a coin's really small and people believe in it, and you see all the tech, you throw a couple $100,000 in it, eventually that really adds up and that starts multiplying the price pretty steadily. But now Solana, look at Solana. It takes a shit ton of money to pump Solana now, right? And it's $140 per token. AVAX is like $74 per token. And then it comes down also to the unit bias as well, right? Like there's sort of a chasm where, like I mentioned this in the course and stuff, where there's this whole thing where like tokens do really bad in price between $1,000 to about like $20,000. Most tokens, like once a token gets to about like $300-400, it starts kind of going like, it has trouble. Like you have Maker and then you have Yearn Finance, and that's about it. I can't think of a single token right now that's in that price range. Like there's nothing in there. There's just Bitcoin, and you have ETH. Bitcoin and ETH is multi-thousands of dollars, but that's got the financial support and it's got the type of big money to pump it up really high. So okay, that one's cool. But then you have Bitcoin. Obviously 50,000 is going to go to $1 million one day. But then you have Yearn Finance, which is at 30, 40. I think it topped out at like 60,000, and it's been stuck like in the 30s and 20s for a while now. And you have something like a Maker, which was stuck at like $300 to $600 for a long time until Coinbase and Tether essentially just bought enough to control the supply, so they could keep control the voting, so they can vote in multi-collateral DAI, and then that's why it pumped to a couple thousand. But it's stuck there. So like what ends up happening is that because most people are just most people are what is it like? It's in my pocket. Like let's see, like like something like with that, right? Like most people are just buying. That they typically just think about like things in this, right? They like buying things under $100 bill, typically around the world or whatever. You notice this even in Korea and Japan, whatever like the big bill is, whatever their $100 bill is, that's usually where they stop buying. They like buying things under that, or this equals 1. Afterwards, it takes more conviction and more thought. So when something's like over $100 plus, it's like, I don't know. They got to really think about it, right? But if the United States had a $1,000 bill, there'd be more coins at $900 to $1,500 right now. Like, but that's just like little like things and stuff. Like in the future, I guess when more money comes in, we'll have more coins. But as of right now, like most coins are at between like, I don't know, a quarter to like $25-$30. That's kind of the range that people like buying. It's kind of weird. That's why like Hex is doing pretty good too. It's 40 cents. I mean, even if like for some reason people thought it was it's actually overvalued or something, it's not. But like imagine if it was overvalued, people would look at it. It's like, fuck, it's 40 cents. I could they're like 40 cents. I could buy like 250 of them. Cool. And they'll just fucking like $8 or $100 bill in, and that's kind of the mentality.
Well, actually, I agree with you where you said that like most coins like they do. Well, actually, no, I would disagree on that because most projects the way they launch with a lot of tokens, because there's reason behind that. But if you look at like let's say something like Aave, for example, Aave it had a run from. It was actually about a little bit under 2 cents before it had a migration. So a little bit under 2 cents. So that would be the equivalent of $2 now. So $2 to about $89. It had that run first from March 2020 to August. Then it had a drop.
Right.
So from like, let's say 89 to it was 26, and then from 26 it went all the way to 600. So it's not necessarily the law of big numbers, because it still had a massive price appreciation.
Right.
It was more so that the market just got like, or maybe people thought like Aave got too overvalued or the market got too overvalued.
Yeah.
But it's
it's parking brakes. So you got to think of it like the minute it goes over $100 a coin, like, because you're right, like it had a shit ton of coins, and then they had the reverse stock split of 100 to 1, which took the supply down to like what was it, like 12 million. I think 12 million tokens or 16 million tokens, but I think only like 11 or 12 of them are circulating right now. And but you're right, like right now it's been at $200, $300. So it basically needs the next impulsive wave of real big money. So basically it needs a huge multiple on Bitcoin and ETH to allow enough of the bigger whales to kind of pump the price up so you can shoot up and stuff. But in the beginning, that's it's just sort of thing. It's like if they're good projects, they're going to launch, and most people have the type of money to buy. People like buying multiples of coins. You know, like right now, Phantom's a fucking $1. Who can't buy like a Phantom right now, right? But then it's sort of a hot thing. It has, but these coin founders do it intentionally, right? They like being to this point. Like I noticed a lot of tokens that they tend to launch. If you look out in the market caps, like one of the most popular range for people to have tokens is between 10 million tokens to 20 million. That's like the popular. I don't know why, but that's the popular range. Either they're copying Bitcoin, or when they launch their project, the project's still worth like dollars, something like that. Like where if they launch at a bigger price, for some people they don't like to be in the fraction of penny range, right? Because then they feel like they're a cheap product. So a lot of it has to do with token founders, because like you're right, sometimes like these coins are like, oh, like the coins are they make a bunch of coins in order to for a purpose, for spending, right? Because people like denominations where like it's smaller denominations, so they can make these smaller transactions. But a lot of the times, like the founders kind of just they're just picking the numbers because they think it's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I know if I made a coin, I'd be picking certain numbers too. Like it's it's just that sort of thing.
I mean, that was the reason why SafeMoon. I mean, I know you shit on it, but that was the reason why it was the highest price appreciation ever in the shortest amount of time.
Right.
So it was.
Everyone could afford, man, and it was safe to the moon, baby.
from the okay, so because there was they had a pre-sale. Then after the pre-sale, it dropped in price. So it was from the guys who bought in the pre-sale, they got about 100,000 X in 8 weeks, and then the guys who bought after the pre-sale in the open market, they got about close to a 200,000 X. So every $1 becomes 200,000.
Yeah, I know.
So like Bitcoin's done higher than that, but I'm talking about like in the span of 8 weeks.
It's in 8 weeks, yeah. It's kind of funny. I know one guy in real life that bought it really early on. Just some fucking kid in our local town, bro. Dude, it's so hilarious. He bought himself a Camaro. He's like a little some fucking brown at some Mexican bro. Like, oh man, fucking crack.
He bought a Camaro for $100.
Yeah, he didn't throw a lot. He was just a normal ass kid. I forgot how much he put. He bought like no way he bought $1,000. Fuck no. It was like
that's what I'm saying. He bought it for $100. Like
like really cheap. And then he made a bunch of money off that. And then he was moving money around Doge, and he was just all on the Binance Smart Chain and stuff. Kind of funny, little wacky.
No, but the reason I brought up SafeMoon is because it was like a few weeks back. I was doing research on it, like as to why it was so successful. So it was a combination of good marketing from the team. It was a combination of the name, the branding. It was also the way they launched. So like everything was transparent about it.
Right.
So I was just doing research as to why it was so successful in terms of like because there are a lot of things that launch that where it's legit, but they don't get that type of traction. And then there are some things that launch that where it's a rug pull, because if you go on DX sale, you'll see like clear as day, like a lot of the rug pulls that they pull in there.
No, I can see it, man. I mean, yeah, it's just like, I mean, this is why we speculate on smaller cap tokens and other things. I mean, we tell people to, hold some of their, especially if you don't know what you're doing. The reason we tell people Bitcoin and ETH is because it's kind of hard to fuck that up, that sort of thing. Because like it takes a while before you actually know what you're doing in crypto, before you take the chance to like get into other projects. You can make a lot of money in smaller cap projects, but a lot of the times, especially if you're doing crypto, it's all luck. It's all luck. You maybe just caught the hype at the wrong time, or maybe you're like, fuck it, why not? Let me get in. But
did you guys talk about Orca in the course?
No. Well, we talked a little bit about it and stuff, but
okay.
We didn't really go into Orca too much.
Jacob was the first person who. Well, actually, I remember seeing it on Twitter because. Like there are a few guys I follow where I get notifications of their tweets, and I remember seeing Orca. Then Jacob brought it up in the Telegram chat. So then I bought some, and I made a good return on it in like short amount of time. I think like 40 or 50% in about a week.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, it's starting to get kind of hot right now. I mean, it's one of the popping projects and stuff like that. Let me think. So I mean, what do you do? So is your strategy right now just kind of getting into like these projects just for quick pumps and stuff, and then just moving, you're just doing rotations basically?
No, so I've already sold I sold most of my Solana close to the top. I already sold all the Orca because when it pumps so much so quickly, I'm like, this doesn't feel good. Especially when Bitcoin is, just my opinion, it's gonna head lower, but
okay.
I sold about 75% of my Solana. I'm looking back now, I'm just kind of a little bit upset I didn't sell all of it.
Yeah, but you could have been wrong too, and sort of thing. But like, hey, at least you got profits and stuff. It's like, we'll see, man. I mean, the big one, the taking profits part's going to be the big one when this market actually tops and stuff. That's when, I mean, do you think the market's topped yet? The bull market's over, or do you think we're just it's a short downturn?
No, so my okay, so because I talked to Charlie about this.
Right.
I talked to a few of the guys. So because I wasn't in the market in 2019, but so what would you consider from 14K? So let's just say you don't consider the in what's called in March 2020. You don't consider that. Just consider from when Bitcoin went from 14K to 6K. It took 7 months. What would you consider that? 7 months of only down, not a new high.
Right. Well, that was just pretty much a great part of the bear market. I mean, the whole thing.
That's what I mean. Would you consider it a bear market? 7 months?
No, I mean, we were still in the bear market. I mean, like, it would, because like the minute we were like, basically, I consider the bear market once we're actually heading into a downturn from like the all-time highs from there, right? Like now we're starting to, you could still because technically, I guess 6 months into the actual like so you had the tops in December or in January, depending on the coin. It's either January, February. I think February was like EOS was the last coin to be pumping in February of like 2018. From there, at that point, there was like 3 months of cope, 4 months of cope, for like half the year. Like we were all like, come on, is it bear market? And then it was confirmed from there. So around June or July of 2018, we knew we were in a bear market, basically. And the bear, I mean, technically the worst part, I mean, we did have that whole rally you're talking about, which was the rally up to 14K, right? But it basically, I personally didn't consider we were really out of the bear market, or at least it was confirmed until finally we could stably hold above 10K. So there was that whole, it's every person kind of, because technically the bottom of the bear market's 3,000. Then from there, once we bought 3,000, then we went up to 14K. We're like, whoa, it's finally over. And then boom, we crashed back down, and then we went back up. But technically, I mean, if we're just being technical, the bottom of the bear market, the bottom of the market was $3,000, right? But it's still like until we actually could hold above 10K, that I feel like we were starting to get into alt because people were afraid to invest into coins. Like it was like even during that time where we ran up to 14K, there was money made in some coins, but they were only kind of just tracking the price of Bitcoin and ETH a little bit, or just these micro mini pumps in some tokens. There was hardly anything to kind of put your money into other than Bitcoin and ETH and pumping and stuff. And to say sort of ETH was kind of underperforming Bitcoin at the time as well. It was just a Bitcoin only show for that whole bear market. So so are you asking like basically like the 14K top down to 6K was that what I consider the bear market? I still would consider that still bear market. Like there's like the bottom of the bear market to like we're still kind of trying to get out of that fucking it's sort of the mentality shift part of it. Like until we got into like I would say this is really early, but like January of 2020 technically that would be the beginning of alt season. Of like all this stuff of DeFi summer. It's because DeFi summer was 6 months. Was if you got really lucky, you kind of got invested into it in January. But really, it was like March. Most people. That's when I started really investing myself too. Like I started getting into like Decentralization and what's called Celsius and stuff like that. I mean, obviously, you guys got the quarter four guys got into some of the run up and some of the fumes left off the DeFi summer off the ETH bull run off of coins and stuff like that. So it was like that whole. So from January of 2020 till then, we've been in. That was technically what I consider the real part of the bull market because you had action outside of Bitcoin, which is fucking boring. Honestly, like I wasn't having much fun during that time. I mean, it was just you're accumulating ETH. I mean, ETH was underperforming Bitcoin at the time. It was kind of shit. Because you had EOS what do you call that fucking company? Block One was just dumping the fuck out of ETH the whole fucking time. At that point, like ETH should have bottomed at $300-ish, not $80. Which is kind of shit. But like it was just that what I would call is just coin accumulation. Basically, you just dumb dollar cost averaging it to everything because. Like what else are you going to do? You could try to time the whole bottom. So like once we hit that bottom there, you're just accumulating cash because you really don't care. Like at the time, you really care about the price in terms of like, fuck, I could have, I should have aped in all my money at $3,000, but it was like a fucking week. We really could have bought it at like 3,000. And most people that I knew at the time who really put their money into the market, they all bought between 5,000 to 6,000. That was the actual range. Most people could actually got size into like that position. I knew a couple guys that really got a lot of their money in $4,000 Bitcoin range. And literally all I'm talking about is Bitcoin. I'm not even talking about ETH. Nobody was even thinking about ETH. Like ETH was just like, fuck, whatever, bro. But like, ETH was literally like a shit coin. Nobody was even like, dude. I didn't even think about ETH until it hit like around $80. I was like my dollar cost average on ETH is like 80 to 150. On ETH, and then the second dollar cost average was like of 3 to 6 on ETH and stuff, which is I think around December. No, I think oh my God, I think it was like what October to the end of 2020 or something like that. Damn, Yuri, man, you make me think back to you make me use my memory, man. God damn, bro.
Yeah, don't remind me of that time because I bought some Bitcoin at about. It was I paid so the price on Coinbase was 61.28. It was like 59 something the day before, but I bought it at 61.28. I paid a little. I don't remember exactly what I paid because I paid the 2% fee. Right. It was. I think the second worst buy I ever made. The first was buying Chainlink at like $5. Could be so I'm not talking about like losing money, but in terms of like the poorest performance on like trades.
Opportunity cost, basically.
Yeah,
and like I get like we all do it. It's like how can I say it? Like I hear a lot of people crying about opportunity cost, but honestly the worst thing in the world is actually losing on your capital. Actually like losing your money or like because like if you started off with like $1,000 or like $5,000 in a coin and it doesn't do anything for a while, at least you can rotate out of the coin at that point if it starts underperforming, or you just leave it there and then just move over your dollar cost averaging. But if that $5,000 just fucking goes to like $2,000, $1,000. That's fucking horrible. But it's even worse if the coin goes to fucking zero. Because the worst thing in the world is having your capital, whatever, like, you know, like whatever, like having like that, like a stack of hundreds like this, like have this go to like fucking zero. Then you actually have to, because it's all casino chips at that point, right? So really, you're moving money over to different side bets on the table. You have your main bet, which is your blackjack hand, and then you have all these side bets here, and you're just kind of moving. Once the side bet's not fucking performing, you can just move money here or here or here, and it's like the shirt, like Litecoin was a huge. Honestly, if you want to know something funny, like I probably like this is maybe me coping. But like honestly, if I had just instead of buying Litecoin, just did Ethereum, I would have many more millions. Many more. I did very well. That actually was one of the main. But here's the thing: it's because it saved my ass in the bear market because I was able to trade the halvening, and that I made a really good amount of money on the halvening. But I, obviously didn't sell any of it. But I was able to do that money, and kind of it helped me be the basis of my portfolio. Getting it basically because like we all took like we all took big L's in the top in 2017, 18, and then I was able by middle of 2018 I was able to recover back, and I was back in profit. Not much, but I was back. I was at least in break line, and then from there I just been slowly like growing the whole thing upwards. From there, but what I should have done is transitioned at least half of my Litecoin over to Bitcoin, or half of my Litecoin into Ethereum at the time. And at that position, I could have had more Bitcoin to them because I was using my Bitcoin essentially to invest into coins, which was like Celsius, Ethereum, Hex. What else I was doing? Just basically all the coins I've talked about all this over time. I would have that money would have compounded so much more because Litecoin didn't really move. But eventually later on, I kind of started paring down my Litecoin position, and then until eventually I got to a point where I had a certain amount of Litecoin that I liked, that I just kept that as like a holdback forever. Right. But the only thing is I basically lagged out 6 months on that. I should have done it 6 months sooner. That's honestly the biggest mistake I've done in crypto. It's like that. I should have pared down that position a little bit. Like one of my biggest W's was like I sold a decent amount of my Celsius for Hex before when Celsius was like $2 or $1.25. I bought a bunch right before the big payday, like a couple when Hex was 22% of a penny. I sold some Celsius there, and then Hex ran up, and then off the profits, I bought back my Celsius tokens and stuff. So that was a really, but that's the sort of thing where you can borrow from positions, and then if you get a multiple, then you can buy back that position there. Because at the end of the day, what you really want is many. You don't want a ton. You don't want like 20 coins, but you do want a bunch of different coin bags, so you have stuff to sell at the top. Because when the market's when the market's at that bull market top and everything's fucking frothy, everything's worth money, and you're just looking for anything to sell at that point to get cash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had recently, in sometime towards the end of June, I'd finished selling off all my Celsius. No moon bag. I'll probably not buy back into Celsius until it gets like it's a clear uptrend. Like I'm only gonna buy back into Celsius above $8. Anything below $8 on Celsius, I won't buy. Because I don't.
Okay, that's not that terrible. At least you didn't say because if I heard you say like $30, $40, I would be like, nah, you probably lost some of the multiples there. But like $8, that's not bad. That's not terrible.
Because I sold. I'll tell you exactly what I bought. I sold all my Celsius for at $6. On average, it was $6. Because a little bit above $6, a little bit below $6, but like the average sell was $6. I bought some Hex. It was about like 8.5 cents at the time. I bought Solana. My average was about 27, 28. I bought a small bag of Luna at like $5. I bought.
Yeah, I should have bought a little more Luna myself too. I kind of went light on that one.
I sold $10,000 worth of sell for USDC, and I sacrificed it. And then I sold 10,000 for cash. I took it out of the market, and then.
Did you sacrifice the first 5 days?
No, I sacrificed some. I think like on day 7, day
Oh, that's
10,
not that bad. Okay, that's not that bad. Yeah.
maybe day 12 or 11. I don't remember.
As long as it wasn't the last 4 or 5 days, and then you're good, basically. Like right now, I had people asking me questions like, "You think it's a good idea to sacrifice right now?" Fuck no.
No, so I mean, I only sacrificed like during the actual sacrifice period, and then I remember watching the stream where Richard Hart said like the sacrifice phase is ending, so I just assumed like after that, because he said don't sacrifice after today.
Yeah, it's a really terrible like compare. So if you had at any point like, so I think someone did the math on it. It was like if you had sacrificed any time in the first 5 days, and then sacrifice now, the price difference in terms of how much your dollars gives you points in the system, the day 1 to 5 guys are 33 times better price than you're getting right now.
No, now it's like so it's $10,000. $1 bought you 10,000 points in day 1 to 5, and then now it's like $40 will buy you that same amount of points.
Yeah, so it's a not such a good deal. Oh shit, Masha. Wait, hold up. Let me put this. Oh, I think he's still in the background here. I'll just wait for him to come back. But now he did. God damn it.
But so you had asked me earlier, like, did I think the top was in? Well, it doesn't really matter because whether the market's in an uptrend or downtrend, there's still like a lot of opportunities to make money. And because I was telling the other people, like, I think we're going to be in a bearish trend for several months, not just like a few months.
Yeah.
Just because we're in like a downtrend for several months, that doesn't mean like it's you just leave. It's still got opportunity to make money.
No, there's always. I mean, just because I'm not leaving the market. Just because I cash out doesn't mean I'm not fucking making moves and stuff. There's always money to be made. This bear market is going to be a lot more interesting than the last bear market. We didn't really have we should go. We didn't have yielding or anything. There was like Ethereum was basically still not even really usable. There was no Uniswap. It was just cool. You can make a token. That's it.
When did Uniswap actually come out? Like it was live for trading.
October 2019, something like that.
And is that when you first used it?
No, I used it December of 2019, and no, actually, wait, no, maybe let me think. January 2020. I didn't use it until after Hex launched, and Hex launched December, I think 15 or I'm gonna get my phone. Whatever. It was in mid-December, basically. Hex launched, so we started using Uniswap afterwards in around like January, February. But man, we were still fucking really skittish about it. Like we were like, I was still getting all my Hex through the AA lobby for at that time and stuff, because Uniswap was literally like hella brand new. Like it was like it was really like we thought. I mean, most of us thought it was like just basically some scam exchange at the time. Like, if we're being honest, like it was like that new. Like nobody knew what fucking Uniswap was. It was fucking, then after especially after like maybe 4 months, like somewhere around April, then we were like, oh fuck, this is like legit. And then the Hexkins put all their weight and energy behind it and stuff. So we knew all the options. Like I think like we had something called Bybit, or not Bybit. I forgot the name of the exchange. Like it was sort of like it was called Bybit, but it was like buy something like Binance or something. It was like a ripoff of Binance and stuff. They were like the first exchange to ever list Hex. And then we had a couple other listings, and Bitcoin.com put us on there, and then they took us off. I don't know why that happened, but it was just like a lot of fucking random little exchanges. So basically, we like the only good option we had was Uniswap. So all the money just went into Uniswap to buy it and sell it, and then we blew. I mean, we were like fucking 75% of fucking Uniswap's transactions for a while, and then over time we get smaller as it got popular.
I use like primarily like 99% of the time DEXs. The only exchange without access to the wallets I have is just KuCoin.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's a great exchange. I like it a lot. Hope it stays up forever. What's up,
Miguel, did you hear about the fake DEX that was being sent out to guys from Hex?
Honestly, I've been kind of. I mean, for the
No,
since the course ended,
guys,
I've been a little.
Hex.
Whoa, what was that? Honestly, I've been kind of. I mean, for the
No,
since the course ended,
guys,
I've been a little.
Hex.
Mute your stuff. Whoa, that. Honestly, yeah, let me pull Musha down for a second. Yeah,
I think he has YouTube turned on in the background.
got you. So yeah, no, I heard a little bit about it. But to tell you the truth, I've just been kind of sleeping, I've been kind of like chillax mode the past days.
No, so
really getting back into it.
Someone sent I think it was 300,000. It's a fake DEX, so it's DYDEX. That was the fake one. They sent like a bunch of tokens, and to everyone who I think who bought Hex. They just like, because when you go to the wallet, you see like there's these tokens in your wallet, and then you go to it, and then you see who sent it, and then they sent the same amount of tokens to about like several hundred addresses, and I think there were like mainly Hex guys with like a lot of money, just hoping like because I know somebody said that there was a Hex wallet that got hacked that was emergency on staking their tokens and then selling them off.
Yeah, I mean there is actually Solo Dude. I was about to bring this up actually. Yeah, that's somebody started selling. Someone bought fucking test PulseChain, fucking fake PulseChain tokens, PLS and stuff like that, and fucking hilarious. There's actually some dude that saw the testnet jump like the minute it went live. He fucking market dumped like a bunch of Hex. Yeah, people don't know it. People don't know what's going on right now. But yeah, I mean, there's scammers all the time. Like, have you heard about the NFT scams that are going on? People send a bunch of these NFTs to your wallet, and they make it look like, oh wow, it looks like sort of like people are like copycatting anything that has to do with like a CryptoPunk lookalike or a Cool Cat lookalike or a Pudgy Penguin lookalike, and they're like, oh, but this thing's on Solana or this thing's on ETH or something. So people accept it, and people had their entire NFT wallets drained and hacked off of like accepting and signing for an NFT that shows up in their wallet. Yeah, don't touch free NFTs and shit. Like, dude, like there's scammers out here. Like most airdrops, like man, fucking forget that shit. Who cares? I mean, unless it's like a lot of money, like the Axie one. A lot of my buddies made a ton of money off the Axie airdrop. Shout out to all the guys who are using Axie early on. The Axie drops, like some people have been making anywhere from like 5,000 to like I think like Maddie made like $150,000 off of that airdrop of like Axie tokens.
So because here's the dead giveaway. A legitimate airdrop will never be sent to your wallet. They actually like the person airdropping it, the company, the token founder, they prefer you don't claim it. Nobody's sending like a legitimate airdrop will never send you coins to your wallet. You have to actually go to Uniswap and claim the Uniswap airdrop. You have to go to DEX to claim the DEX airdrop.
Right.
You have to go on Axie's protocol to claim the airdrop.
Yeah. No, I get you. Yeah, you claim airdrops. You're actually claiming on the official websites and stuff, but people are just so like, oh fuck, free money, yes, oh my god, and it's it's fucking ridiculous. I mean, dude, no, I mean, I know people that recovered from some airdrops have saved some people, like gave them back like some money from when they got completely rugged and stuff. But the most part, you really make most of your money off of like the money you put into crypto, not off of airdrops. But I mean, if you can do it safely, sure. But I mean, just I don't go like you just don't go out there chasing airdrops, because I know that was a strategy people did. Like they just did everything they could to get airdrops and stuff, but. Like we still haven't had the MetaMask airdrop, and they've been hinting that shit forever. OpenSea, I mean, I know OpenSea's got invested in by Andreessen Horowitz and stuff. So I mean, there's been speculation that there's going to be an OpenSea token at some point. But like with all the I think the reason some of these tokens have taken forever to come out, especially the good ones like MetaMask and OpenSea, is because all the stuff that's going on right now with regulation in the United States, because all the major investors in these projects are all fucking US based venture capitalist firms. Right, like you have Pantera Capital owns 1inch, right? Why do you think they did all that VPN shit? Well, because Pantera Capital is the United States. Even though like their shit's based out on the other stuff, like they're still like linked to the U.S. Andreessen Horowitz, that's fucking U.S. What else? Like, basically any major firm is but you are noticing like something like a 3 Arrows Capital, which is out of Singapore. They're still investing into a bunch of these projects like DYDX and stuff, and then that's still airdrop because they're out of the U.S. restrictions and stuff. Where like anything that's invested on by the U.S. VC side hasn't really airdropped anything because they're afraid to, because they don't want to be labeled a security.
Did you hear about the?
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, did you hear about the SEC threatening to sue Coinbase?
Good. Fuck that. It's fucking asshole. I mean, I don't want no one to do anything to Coinbase because, like, fuck it. I mean, why not? They do. They're more like they do fucked up shit, but they make onboarding easy for people. It's really just like, hey, download Coinbase and just you get your coins that way, right? It's easy, but like they do fucked up shit. Insider trading, of course they did. They always post they try to always post like all their friends' tokens first on Coinbase and stuff. They do a bunch of jerry-rigging shit, just like all these other changes. But like, it's kind of, I don't know. Who knows? They're hitting for the earn and stuff. The same thing's happening to Celsius. Celsius is going to end up winning the case. They don't got shit on Cell token in terms of Cell and the Cell token and stuff in terms of that. But like, I don't even know what fucking Cells. I mean, what Coinbase did wrong on the earn. I mean, I don't know a single person that was even using that.
No, so what's it called? Gary Gensler said that offering interest is a security. Like the act of offering interest is classified as a security, so you have to file with the SEC. That's what he said.
Right, isn't fucking Coinbase already a security already? They're already on the stock market already. I guess maybe they just didn't file the hey, this is what we're doing. But I don't know.
Like you have to file like separately for that. Like for each individual service or product, you have to file like specifically for that.
But it doesn't matter. It's just a slap on the hand. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Like you're already on the equities market. It's like you're a big company. Like any of these projects are in the United States that are worth billions of dollars. It doesn't matter. It's just a bunch of horseshit. It's just gonna be a slap on the hand. It's gonna be a fee, and that's it. And get it moving, Unless they can really they're really doing a bunch of illegal shit,
I mean, I don't really know what they're doing right now because there's a lot of things going on with the Federal Reserve, the SEC, and Congress that is not being at least that they're keeping on hush on their own, not letting too much get out to the public. So like whatever is really going on, you're not going to find out about it on YouTube.
Right. Well, we'll find out. I mean, it's not that hard to figure it out, dude. I mean, like basically they're just getting sped up by so China's about to launch their fucking currency, and the United States is fucking like tripping over their fucking dick to get their fucking currency up and running. I mean, that's it. I mean, it's all geopolitical. Like everyone thinks like this shit's so difficult to figure out. It's not hard to figure out. It's all about money. All of it's about money. Like they're about it. Like everyone thinks that like I get so like it makes me laugh how much everyone like shames like America's so fucking weak. Fuck no, dude. And like China's so strong. I'm not saying nothing about that. And like these are very important markets. But if the United States wanted to go fuck up China, they do it in like fucking 2 weeks. 2 weeks. They'd sink the entire fucking all of China's navy. They'd blockade it in like 2 days, if that. And they would, and dude, it's like it's ridiculous. It's like it's what's going on right now is that the United States rug pulled China of manufacturing when Trump did the trade war. And the reason that we have all this Android 19 stuff going on right now is to basically get people to stop moving around so much while they're transitioning all the factories and all the things. That's why we're having inflation right now. It's not because of all the extra money printing. The money printing is getting absorbed because we're getting more and more people online on the rest of the world. And then that's also the reason why the United States is allowing cryptocurrency and allowing these stable coins to go. The cryptocurrency is actually we kind of signed a deal with the devil where all cryptocurrency and the cryptocurrency and the dollar are like this. So the growth we're expanding the growth of the dollar worldwide, and cryptocurrency is off the back of the dollar growing around worldwide, right? So what's going on is that the cryptocurrency is almost a supply sink for dollars, and then as soon as people onboard onto cryptocurrencies, they're also onboarding to the dollar, which is rugging their currencies and stuff. That's why other countries are having more problems and stuff, because the United States dollar is the global reserve currency of the world. There's no problem at all. The inflation's coming because the inflation's coming because we don't have enough products to put on shelves, and the prices are going up because people are just still making the same amount of dollars, but because there's less products, because the factories aren't fully online yet, there's supply shortages, so prices are going up on things. And they're using the Android 19 stuff to block, and they're focusing everyone's attention on that, when the real thing is we're moving all our fucking factories.
Well, actually, no, the way I understood it was, I could be wrong about this, but we do have the enough supply for whatever products are low in stock, but we just don't have the means to be able to like transport them all in a timely manner. Because I remember Costco was saying that they're limiting the amount of water people can buy because they can't get enough water out to the stores in time.
I mean, do you think that Panama? Remember the Panama Canal? The only thing I couldn't figure out who did that. Was that a a China thing, or was that the United States doing that? I wasn't sure who, like that. That shit was ridiculous. Like one sideways boat like that, they couldn't fucking move it for weeks on the Panama Canal. You remember that when like what was it like 6 months ago? Like for some reason there's a ship that got stuck on a barge or something, and then the Panama Canal was closed.
Oh yeah.
It was the stupidest thing I've ever seen ever. It's like, you get a bunch of tugboats and just go like, if you fuck it up, you get fucking hilarious, dude. Like this shit's just a game, dude. All right, and on top of that too, the United States is starting to like, all right, they're bringing most manufacturing of automobiles is moving to Mexico and in the lower parts of the United States. A lot of the high-end manufacturing is coming back to the United States. So, like, okay, how do I do this? Like, it's kind of like a lot of the lower-end manufacturing moving to India and Malaysia, right? Like the iPhone factories moved from China in like early 2015, 2016, way before all this stuff really started happening. They started moving their factories over to India from China. Foxconn and all that stuff, because they knew all the stuff that's going on and stuff. Like all this thing of like the death, like you know how like the whole world's like all cut out. The whole world's cut out already. It's the whole world. It's not just like America's gonna collapse. Like, dude, if America collapses, every other country is a bunch of fucking faggots. They're also gonna collapse too. They're all weenie hut generals. Like you guys gotta, if you look at this, if the United States military was not around with guns on every fucking country to stop these idiots from, like, our entire history as humans have been nothing but warfare, right? The only reason the Chinese and the fucking retarded European, I'm sorry, I know a lot of you guys are European and you guys are good dudes, but I mean your governments and the overall people running you guys are fucking bunch of dumbasses. You guys have a fucking entire history of nothing but fucking killing each other, right? The only reason that Europe isn't in fucking flames, right? There's a fucking war in Europe every 40 fucking years. The only reason there hasn't been a war is because the United States has had their fucking guns and their cock on the fucking nuclear button for like a while now, and it has a military base. The French governments are a bunch of fucking assholes. Like, those motherfuckers love to start shit all the time and shit. The UK, we've cut the UK out to one fucking super carrier, and then their whole military's gone. Like, fucking London's a joke as a financial center. London's not even a financial center anymore. It got fucking totally rug pulled already, right? Like, it's like this whole like tapestry of this whole, like it's all media bullshit. If you just look at like the grand scale. Like, the United States pulled all their troops out. These fuckers were all being war with each other, and then what ends up happening? Where does the money flow again? The money just flows back to the States. Like, every time the United States has a fucking major crash, sure, even if we lost the global reserve currency, where would it fucking go to? The RMB, the yen. It's like, oh yeah, we're all gonna go to Australia. We're all going to the fucking back to the UK pound, you guys. The UK pound, you guys. Woo! UK pounds. They're like, oh no, we're all gonna allow the French to rule us. The pussy French. We're gonna let the French to fucking rule us and stuff. No, more Russia. Look, look into the money and then look at the demographics, right? Like China is fucking gonna have China's having a halvening in the population over the next 30 years. Halvening. Basically, their baby boomers had a bunch of babies. Their millennials didn't have any kids. Their Xers didn't have any kids. The one-child policy kicked that whole thing down. Two, they made it. The reason the whole Evergrande thing for real estate is such a huge thing is because in order for you to have a girlfriend, in order for you to have like a decent, because they what they did is, right, like think about this. Imagine you own a factory and you own factories, right? You end up flooding your factories full of girls. So what they did is they take buses out to the countryside. They did this in Mexico, which I know about, right? Is that you ship all the girls in the villages over to the main cities. If you're in the main city and you own some property and you got some stuff, you're over there fucking like crazy, right? But most guys who can't get out of the country, so you end up having a good portion of the population, like 25% of the population that can't get out of the sticks to the main cities. They're having girl issues. And on top of that, in order to have a girlfriend, they made it sort of like every kiss begins with K instead of a diamond. It was like every kiss begins with land. So you had to have houses. So typically, the Chinese population, your family had to buy you properties. So they ended up. The reason you have so many ghost towns is it was a way for them to sell dowries for women, in a way. So to show that you have it's all the section. If you look at you guys are all red pill guys, so you can this shit's if you just look into it and you look at shit with the red pill lens and you look at the financial lens, and you look at the crypto lens, and you look at demographics, you look all these little different sort of niches, you just see the whole picture. It's fucking black and white. And sure, yeah, crypto's gonna rug everything eventually, but it's still too early. You know, we're just using the dollar, kind of like we're gliding with the dollar on the back of the dollar and causing like the you think the United States couldn't have gone after? There's a reason, like the United States has been kind of quiet. Like why has it always been China like banning crypto every single time?
No, so here's actually I have a little bit of a different perspective on that, because I think some of the best innovators in the world they are in China, but the reason we don't get the best innovation is because of the amount of regulation that goes on over there. So, what was that?
Wait, innovation out of China?
So China has the best innovators in the world.
False. Fuck that. No, you're not. No, wrong, bro. Okay. No.
So hear me out.
No, I'm not even gonna hear you out. I already know you're wrong on this. But fine. Go ahead.
So. The guys I mean, like Jack Ma is one example of this, but Jack Ma and a lot of other people, they've had their companies hurt because of regulation that goes on in China, either because their companies are too big or because they speak out, they say something that the government didn't like, so they get hit with fines, and their companies get hurt by it. Whereas you see the same type of thing go on in the U.S., like companies get fined here, but it's not like something like Apple gets fined so much where it's gonna destroy the company.
Right. All right. No, I'm not saying that there isn't like innovators, like they don't create some cool stuff and everything like that. But here's what's going on with that, right? The only reason that a lot of those typically if you look at South Korea or look at Japan or something like that, or look at some of these, so typically what's been going on with that is they have a large branched off population, right, that they haven't closed. They have just like it's like they're a closed off ecosystem. Like imagine like they're like, I don't know, the phantom ecosystem, right? But they're not allowed to really trade. They have like one little tiny port where money can go back and forth, right? The United States, the reason the United States is mad at China for the longest time is because they were supposed to open their entire economy to the United States. So Disney was really supposed to be, a lot of the corporations were supposed to really be over there, but not really. Right? If the whole Chinese population was allowed to trade and do stuff with the rest of the world, most of the top companies, like it would just be, the thing is most of the companies in China would have fell. There still would be top Chinese companies, but half of them would be out of here because you would end up having European and you would have American companies in there, which would have cucked out a lot of the Chinese companies. You still would have some state-led stuff, right? So you still have Toyota, Nissan, and stuff with and Mitsubishi and things like that with Japan, and you'd have the same thing with South Korea and stuff with their Samsung and stuff, which they're allowed to have their Sony and all those every Japanese corporation, every North Korean, I mean South Korean corporations that are allowed in the United States to be there is because they're trading partners, and we allow them to be there because they have access to our markets, and we allow them to have access to our markets because they give us access to either military access or resources, or they help us on some political point, right? With China, we've given them all this other stuff, but we don't have. They've never let us really have full access of their entire country, right? And it's getting to the point now where like the United States is just getting tired of it, basically. So if that were to happen, you would have big innovation, but all the innovations just from stealing technology. So you just had a bunch of manufacturing in China, they would just steal plans and just build their own stuff, right? But it was all off the back of they're just copycatting shit.
So then why would you have big funds like Warren, so let's say Warren Buffett's fund, for example, he invests in China like 2013, 2014, 2015. He makes like a 5-10x profit, and like
because it's a farm. It's a farm. So you're right. Crypto's so amazing because you can think of everything in token form, right? So basically, think of like China as AVAX, and there's a huge incentive program because they're going to print a bunch of money into stuff. So why wouldn't you jump in there to get the free money that they're offering? To get the X's, because you know, like, oh, this bubble's not going to pop yet, and they're gonna spend a bunch of money on this incentivized farms. Fuck it, let's do it. Let's jump in. We'll just put some money in, and we'll get the APY. That's exactly how he's thinking. And two, he can only like Warren Buffett can only do so many certain things, right? Because he has so much money, he has to put in big. Like he has to buy stuff like Disney and Coca-Cola and fucking like all these big companies. Like he really can't get in. He can't even like invest just $1 billion because that's not enough money to move the needle.
No, because I was reading about I don't remember the article, but I was reading about one of his investments into one Chinese company where he invested about 300 million in 2015. That had a valuation. So I don't know if he sold it or not, but in 2019, that 300 million had a valuation of 10 billion.
And he sold it?
No, I don't know if he sold it. I was just reading that it had a valuation in 2019, but I know now like the Chinese markets dropped after like the regulation that goes on. But I just remember reading in those 4 years, the valuation from when he entered versus the time of the article was written. That's what it was.
He just invested into tech companies and stuff like at the same period of time, right?
Yeah.
Imagine around that time, right? If he had just invested into any tech company in the United States, he would have made just as much returns or more. Like he could have just bought Facebook or just think about that, or Netflix or any, like it's a sort of like, it's just comparable gains. Sure, he made that and stuff, but like he's pretty bad at investing into technology. Honestly, he's like that's the one thing he's pretty. I don't know. I mean, that's some inside trading shit. I don't know. I'm not gonna, like you gotta think like I wouldn't trust Warren Buffett with like stock picking tips when it comes to tech. Anything else? I don't know what type of company it was. Maybe it was a conglomerate. But like the thing is, I don't want to talk about like Warren Buffett's portfolio because I don't know it that well in terms of what's going on. But yeah, I mean, we can go down this China fucking hole for quite a while. But,
not really, because even Netflix like I don't know what's the best performing tech stock since 2015, but if you look at Netflix, for example, let's say the beginning of 2015, it was $50, 56.
I thought you said 2013 when you invested.
No, the particular article, no, so he had entered the Chinese market like 2013, 2014, 2015. But the article I read was about one particular company that I don't remember the name, it escapes me now. But one particular stock he bought, one Chinese stock, which he put at 300 million, it had a valuation 4 years later, 10 billion. But let's say just putting it into Netflix, you'd be up roughly about 10x. So there was a certain period of time where you got higher returns in the Chinese market, which is why you saw American investors investing. But right now, I think a lot of them are steering away from it because they're a little bit uncertain about what's going on with regulation over there.
Yeah, well,
and that's
I'm not arguing about that. Like, I think you're just going over semantics when it comes to that because you're just posting returns about China and stuff. But like, we're not talking about China. So okay, so in terms of like, do you think it's so? If you had money right now, would you put money into China right now?
No.
So why are we talking about it? Like, why are we talking about any of this shit? Like,
No,
we're talking about past returns. Like, both if you would have made money in the Chinese market, you would have made money in the American market. So it's like I don't even know why we're even talking about this.
No, so you had mentioned that like you had given the example, like what if like the US collapsed, like with China, with the RMB?
It would collapse really badly, because then what would end up happening at some point? Fucking like you have every fucking neighbor. All right, so let's just look at geopolitically. Every single neighbor of China hates them. They all hate them. And at every single point in China's history, China's been a divided country. Like, the only time in history that China's been one country itself is under U.S. rule over the seas. Because normally what ends up happening is Korea attacks, or they attack Korea, or they unify for a little bit, then they break up, because then it ends up happening something where like the king ends up dying, or like he gets murdered, or then fucking Japan attacks, fucking conquers Manchuria, and then goes deep into the middle of fucking like of China. Dude, it's fucking crazy. Like, usually it's the Japanese fucking doing crazy shit. but yeah, dude, that is not cool, man. Like that shit. If you look into like, ugh, my god, man, they just fucked up shit, man. Dude, ugh, I think it was like Unit 731 or some shit. That shit is dark, bro. Oof.
Can I ask something?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, Musha, yeah, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I'm wondering about the Hex Pulse stuff. If PulseChain is so good, so cheap, because I'm trying to think about my position in Hex, and is it good for? I mean that probably lots of guys think about this. To get all out of this of their position in Hex and go ape in Pulse. I mean, what will stop all the guys to take the money from Hex and to put it in Pulse?
Because I mean, most of
the I meant all for the high fees in the MetaMask. This is the main reason.
Are you talking about the Hex coin losing value over like the Hex version of Pulse? No, that is, we don't know yet. We're gonna see what happens. I think for a while Hex is gonna become more a whale game on ETH, and then the P Hex side is gonna be kind of like the normal person Hex. I think both are gonna do pretty well in price. But I do see when Pulse launches that Hex. I mean, once all the fireworks are done, it's stopped being brand new for a while. Then I think the whole Hex side is going to be kind of boring. On the Ethereum side, it's going to be kind of just not going down in price, just kind of like this. But just for a while, little pumps here, little dumps here, but like it's going to be pretty boring, because you have the financial energy split into three coins at that point, and then eventually ratio plays are going to start happening, and then you'll have seasons where it's like ETH Hex season, PulseChain season, P Hex season, and then you're gonna have the NFT. There's gonna be an NFT bubble at some point on PulseChain. Then you're gonna have the shitcoin season, then shitcoin farming, and then you're gonna have just as a new. It's just gonna be waves and waves and waves. But I think the PulseChain token is gonna get a lot of adoption. But the people who own all the PulseChain, who got into it like you guys, how we all got into it on the the sacrifice chain, the sacrifice phase. It's all Hex again. So like what ends up happening is that the money's always going to flow back into either P Hex or Hex so it doesn't matter. So if let's just say Pulse becomes King Kong or something like that, or does really well, all the people who own Hex still will hold a bunch of PulseChain. They're just going to flip their money between everything. So it's all going to be okay. Basically, I think it's just there's going to be seasons. Basically, like sometimes it's going to be better not to hold your Hex since we are all P Hex. But that's why you have it all, and you don't have to really worry about it.
Yeah, but this will be good for the whales and the big gamers. But if someone, for example, a friend of mine want to buy Hex, and if he wants to put $100 and the MetaMask fees is probably
it's very bad. Yeah, that's why they're doing the PulseChain side.
Yeah,
but you need if you want P Hex or PulseChain, you already missed the PulseChain side. It's going to launch, and you'll be able to get it later. But right now, the P Hex side for the snapshot's going to be a chance. Your friend has to buy Hex and hold it for the snapshot, so he has P Hex to trade because the only liquid supply is going to be whatever's liquid in Hex that gets snapshotted. That's the only liquid supply, period. So it's a one for however much Hex exists on Ethereum will exist on that, and only the stuff's getting copied over is the Hex you actually hold in your own wallet. There's like, I guess some people have stuff in some contracts and some other stuff, not that much, but there's a little stuff in here. So there might be a little bit less Hex maybe on PHEX, but the T-share rate's going to be the same. The gas fees, the only difference is the gas fees. Yeah. So if you have a lot of Hex right now, you're going to get the copy over here, and then you'll be able to trade around and play around. And then we're just going to see what. It's just I can't tell you what's going to happen because we have to see which way the whales end up kind of leaning towards. Because the whales might end up obviously, I'm going to tell you there's going to be big action on the Hex and Pulse side for a while, but eventually the whales might end up deciding putting some money, big money, back into Hex, or it's just going to end up staying chain for all we know. But we have to see what happens. That's why you got to be kind of not you got to think of it ahead of time, but you got to be kind of reactionary and kind of looking to see what happens. That's something I'm going to be looking for a lot. Is I'm going to see where the money's going.
Yeah, to be the big game.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Phantom? Because in the place with the Spooky Swap, all the Phantom is transferred in Spooky and XBoo. Do you think that we will have to have liquid phantoms?
Yeah. So you don't stake all of it. You can just turn some to Boo, or you can do something like you can do the Boo to Boo to Phantom, and then that APY can pay you in Boo token, but you can stake some of your Boo and put it in the wrapped Boo pool, and you earn about 15%, 20% APY or APR in wrapped Phantom token, and you can just swap. You can unswap that really easy. Usually because the fees are so fucking cheap, I just check every couple days and then just unstake all my shit, turn it into Phantom, and then just go out. I spend literally 30 cents to do everything a day or every 2 days. It's so cheap. I mean, eventually we'll go to $1 probably, but still doesn't matter. It's only $1. Who cares?
Yeah, I what I meant that is it because I did it too with the Spooky Swap, and I harvest day or two and added to XBoo. But is it good to keep Phantom, Phantom?
Keep some Phantom. Yeah, don't be all spooky. Sorry.
Yeah.
Boo. Don't be all Boo. Have some Phantom. I think Phantom's really good. It's what's going to pump, just like Solana with Erie, like what Erie was talking about. Like, it's going to be the main token to pump first, and then from there the money trickles in later on. It's because people just like the big money. Like, you got to think like keep it simple, stupid. So it's like KISS, right? Like, keep it simple, stupid is just people are going to buy the Phantom thing first because that's the first thing they can buy. Then once it pumps up, then the smart money or some of the people that are trying to front run take some of that money, and then it trickles down into the rest of the ecosystem.
It trickles into degen apes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the degen ape shit. So the reason I put it into Boo is because that's the first place, because the rest of the bridges fucking suck dick on Phantom. They're fucking hard to use. They're fucking really annoying. So that's easy. So I just thought, okay, if I'm being like simple brained or smooth brained, what's the easiest shit to do? So I was like, oh yeah, if everyone's just going to use the swap onto Phantom to onboard their money, then that's probably where the money's going to go first. And then transaction volume goes up, and then the token can increase in value and stuff. But that's just speculation. But if you just want to if you want to keep it simple, just buy Phantom. Just buy Phantom and just go.
Yeah. Okay. About the Lithium, the rewards are staked for 365 days. Right?
Yeah, 1 year. 1 year. Yep.
Yeah,
1 year. When you claim them.
Yeah, when it's claimed. Yeah. And this 66% of this reward will be added to the total reward when we get from the LP token, right?
Okay, so you're talking about the rewards that are getting 66%. That also generates yield too, and you have to claim that later on.
Yeah, this is yield from the yield, right?
Yeah, yield from the yield. Yep.
Yeah, and this yield from the yield will be locked 1 year after the yield.
Yeah, it's locked 1 year too.
It's 2 years more.
No, just one. Same thing. It's just it's whenever you claim it, it's just 365. That's it.
Uh-huh. Okay. About the Akawa, do you think that the radio from Kusama dot, because I flip all my dot in Kusama right now because the radio
Yeah, the ratio's good. Yeah,
it was good. But when the Akawa when the dot launching his project, what do you think about the radio will happen with dot?
So when Dot's having its parachains, the ratio is going to good. It's going to be good to own Dot. Dot's going to
right?
Kusama's going to go down, or down, and then Dot's going to go up basically. So right. So there's so basically when the parachain gets announced for Dot, like officially, and starts going on, we're going to have a call-up probably. That's going to be 5 to 10% of the total supply of Dot. Going to get it might be a little bit. So I have to look at the numbers. I think it's going to be a little bit less than what happened on Kusama, but it's still going to be pretty good. So Akala, I don't know. Like honestly, I'm not that impressed with Akala. I think Akala, it's cool. It's not gonna be. There's not much shit. There's not much shit that you want. Like that's why I'm keeping it simple. I'm mostly just holding Kusama Dot.
Both,
yeah. I hold right now. I'm heavier on Kusama, but I still hold 10% in Dot right now. But because I've been doing flips, but I hold some Akala. I'm just as a bet, just have some Akala. That's it. But I just like Kusama better long term. There's just more shit that's going to happen. And there's really no supply. There's not going to be no supply dump on Kusama until like May. I think May 4th or May 12th or 16th or so. One of those dates. May, somewhere in May, early May. There's going to be that first money from Karua that was locked away, and that's the biggest chunk of Kusama supply that will be unlocked at that point, which will probably be it's probably going to dump just because Kusama's price is going to be higher than it is now. Even if it's just $800, it's going to be dumped down because they'll be in profit.
What do you think about the projects? The first one is Akawa. It's equal to Korua. The second one is the Moonbeam.
That one's going to be good. Moonbeam is going to be a good project, I think. Yeah.
And the other one was Plasma. Yeah.
Plasma. In terms of the three,
three better.
If you can get it cheap, so once because like the deal was pretty shit. Like you got one Kusama equal 12 Karura. And with Dot, it's going to be a little different. It might be like, I don't know, it might be like 10 Dot for one Kala, I think. Something because it's like, smaller amount of money, because it's 10 times in difference in price or 12 times difference in price. So it might be like whatever that ratio it is. But when it launched, actually, I was able to buy for one Kusama. One Kusama bought me fucking like 84 car token. So the parachain was a fucking total ripoff. And this is why I think that the Akala one's going to be a little bit less like degen, because I think people are starting to figure that out like a little bit. Like even at the best case scenario, once the price went up a little bit on the ratio, it still would have been like one Kusama equals 30. So you're still getting damn near like a 2.4x extra car token. I mean, than just doing the parachain. So the parachain was total shit. And then you locked up your fucking Kusama for a year. The only benefit is that you do get your Kusama back in a year. So that's where I'm doing is I'm selling my Kusama for a car token. So I no longer have my Kusama. That's the bad part. But you do get a better rate. If you're trying to get car token, if that's the end goal, then buying it later will be better because you'll get it at a lower price.
Okay, is it good to separate if we want to ape in the DOT now? Not DOT, but the DOT project. Is it good to separate in these three projects, or just to Moonbeam or Akawa? What do you think?
Just get the two main ones. Just like if you do a call of Moonbeam, it's like that's the safest bets, and you have enough exposure. It just depends like how much degenerate, how much deeper, because right now there's really not much. There's not that many degenerate projects. I mean, what degenerate anything that actually has a parachain, they're not that. I mean, like you have Moonbeam, Shiden would be cool, but like other than that, like the rest of them look kind of shit to me. And like there's like stuff like Litany and a bunch of these other projects, but they haven't even wanted parachain auction slot yet. So it's like
Yeah,
nothing degenerates. There's no rug farm yet, or there's no like nothing crazy yet. Like it's all simplistic. Even car token, Kusama's supposed to be the crazy wild fucking coin, and the car ecosystem is pretty chill because the stuff's coming out slowly. So you got to imagine that the Akalis ecosystem is even going to be tamer than that. It's going to be really basic and simplistic because they want to be everything that's on DOT has to be perfect, calm. And then Kusama can be a little wilder and stuff. So if Kusama shit's not even wild, then you fucking dude, it's gonna be fucking eating cornflakes with no sugar. Fucking DOT.
Yesterday, I saw something in YouTube for the Radium, and the guy showed some stuff in the Radium, and all the APY APR was 500, 600%. There is a 700%, and
from a long time ago. Or
in that time, Solana cost $13, but the Radium was $9, Serum was $8, Solana was $13.
$13, yeah.
Yeah,
I wasn't in the pool at that time, but yeah, that's why you know you like. I'm speculating on Boo, but I still have 40. I didn't get to show this on the course just yet because I was still onboarding my money into Phantom. I'm 40% Phantom right now. Of my position in that ecosystem. Just so 40%. I'm holding 40% liquid Phantom, and the rest of it I'm speculating in Boo, and that's the only tokens I'm holding. And then I got a little Woo token, but I stopped farming that. I'm just farming the liquid, the W Boo or the W Phantom. So eventually with the rewards I'm getting, I'm going to be something like 45% Phantom, and then the rest is Boo, and that's how I'm doing it basically.
Yeah, the Woo jumped over almost 100%. The Woo token.
Yeah, the Woo token. I wasn't keeping up with it too much. I just like I earned a little bit on it, and then I was like, I don't care.
Miguel, you just get it passively, right?
Yeah, I'm just getting it passively. So it's like it's up. So I mean, cool. If it goes up more, I'll just end up selling it for Phantom because like it's not enough to move the needle. It's just like, oh, if it triples in price, I got it for free, cool, and then I can just sell it for more Phantom. Why not? Because the first thing to pump, because Phantom's this is how stupid. Phantom's a fucking dollar, so you can go to $15. That's all the math. It's so stupid, but like that's how dumb it all is. Like as soon as all the farms, so as soon as the incentive farms and AVAX, like once AVAX done pumping, then the money's gonna move over to Phantom basically. And then of course PulseChain's sort of like in its own little place. Some of the yield farm money is gonna come onto PulseChain, but in the beginning it's just gonna be to launch the first 3 tokens. There's gonna be like 5 active tokens on PulseChain really. You know, you're gonna have the Pancake Swap fork token that we're using for yield farming. You're going to have probably some Uniswap token, PulseChain, P-Hex, and some stablecoin, a stablecoin. Aave is coming. I've heard Aave is going to fork over onto PulseChain, but later on. But you have 5 off the bat, and that's it. So you can't really yield farm. All you can do is basically trade between the pairs. That's all you can do, really.
Do you think that in the Phantom the APR will get higher from the other pools in the Spooky Swap? I'm sorry.
I think right now, yeah, they'll go a little. If the price of if AVAX pumps, your APY will go up. I mean, I'm sorry. No. I mean AVAX. I mean, what's called Avalanche. If Avalanche and everything else is pumping and doing pretty good, some of the money might leave Phantom for a little bit, and the APYs will go up. But when Phantom is pumping up multiple dollars, the APY will go down because more money is chasing the same yield. The transaction fees can actually increase. So the only one I could see increasing in APY is just the XPOO price, the APY on that. But the other farms, there's a limited amount of coins on those. So if more money's chasing the same yield, the yield will shrink down. So it's possible you're, instead of earning 50% on wrapped Phantom, you're earning like 40 or 35. You know, like you're not earning that much. And the other one that could be still okay, decent, will probably be the Phantom Boo farm. That one's at 70 or 60%. That could probably go down to 35. You know, because more, you know, you triple or quadruple the money, like it's going to go down. You know. But then that's when people are going to start jumping over to Spirit Swap and then doing Terra, and like there's going to be yield, like all that ecosystem being built. How Yearn Finance is jumping onto Phantom eventually in a month or so. They're planning to kind of port over, so that's going to be kind of cool. But yeah,
we'll have to jump.
Yeah, you just got to stay on top of it, you know. But the thing is, you're getting it doesn't matter. I mean, you get the free coins while you get them, and then what you care about is that you have coins to sell when the price, shoots up. Yield is cool, but you want the price of the coins is really where you make all your money,
Yeah, because the yield is it's slow gains.
Yeah. You guys have any final questions, man? I'm about to end, dude. It's like we're almost 3 hours in, man. Fuck.
I can see you falling asleep.
Huh?
I can see you falling asleep.
You're falling asleep?
I can see you falling asleep.
Yeah, man. I've been running. I've been trying to get as much sleep as I can and stuff. But
how much?
Yeah, it's like it's almost 2 in the morning.
How much you sleep? 2 hours?
No, it's 3. We've been almost 3 hours.
Wait, so somebody asked in the chat, since we're talking about Phantom, what do you predict for Phantom towards end of the year?
End of the like $8, $6, something there. I think it's gonna have trouble going over $10.
Man, you're way too bullish.
Yeah, this all has to do with like if BTC is at 100 Gs, then yeah, like I mean, like fuck, everything's bullish as fuck. But it doesn't matter what, like if all the money off of AVAX just went onto Phantom like it did earlier, the fucking thing would just shoot up like AVAX did. Eventually, what's going to happen with AVAX is the price of that fucking token is going to get too expensive to keep pumping it for most people. Like, why would they buy? Like, if people go into AVAX and be like, "That's fucking $300 or it's $200, fuck it, I'm buying it." Then they'll start tapping out because then the whales will notice that, oh no, none of the retail's buying in. Fuck. And then they start taking profits, and then it just chills out. Like what happened with like Solana, that was a fucking Ethereum. Some Ethereum developers with the Great protocol, they fucking mass spammed fucking NFTs on fucking Solana and broke their fucking chain. That was Ethereum fucking attacked Solana. That's fucking great to stop it from continuing. Because if you look at it, right, Solana was like actually the first competitor on the coin market cap site that was actually like a legit like. Fucking Cardano's like a retarded kid walking on the plate. I mean, it's like you're not gonna like, okay, fucking, I mean, for real, like, Ethereum doesn't care, about like they're not worried about Cardano. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, Cardano, have fun, yeah, bro, you think like Ethereum's worried about XRP? No, like, but Solana, okay, and it's got a shit ton of VC money too. It's VC land. There's more there's a joke on Solana. There's more VCs than actual users. That one's not like a joke. It's actually a little more serious. So it's like, whoa, okay. So I mean, I wasn't surprised that like that kind of happened with Ethereum doing some sneaky shit like that.
When you talk about for Solana, what do you think about the Solanium Slim token on Solana?
I haven't fucked with it. I haven't done too much and stuff. Yeah, I'm not doing too much. I just have Solana, Serum, and Radium and stuff, and then I have some other token. What the fuck is the other token called? I'll check right now in a minute. Let me check. I have one more other token in that ecosystem. Yeah, Solana, Hex, Ghetto Cousin, Mexvex thing. Yeah, right.
People are talking trash about Solana and the chatty.
No, it's all about. It just depends when you got in. If you got in cheap, you're fucking happy as fuck. If you got in right now, you're just like, oh, you're just waiting for the pump, But like right now, the transition, like it's not Solana season right now. It's like it's AVAX or some other stuff right now, and then it'll move over to the next. That's what always happens. It's just alt season shit. It flips. It goes dun 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 dun, and then it comes back. Like right now, Matic and fucking BNB are just like. They're just like fucking kicking their feet, waiting for a pump,
No, because it's kind of funny because I saw sometime in like let's say between like I would say second week of September. I don't know exactly when. Second week of September, I saw guys like in my YouTube feed videos about like what is Solana popping up in the recommendeds. So right. I was like, okay, we're getting pretty close, and then I saw. I don't know for whatever reason why, but I just saw the price of 180. I thought this was close to the top, so I sold about 50%. and it did dip down to about like 130, and then it shot right back up to 216, and then I sold at another 25% at 209, and then I just kept a little bit left over, because there were like way too many people like talking about it. Then that was around the same time I saw people like Bored Apes, Degen Apes, and like some of the NFTs were going on to Solana, like
Soul Apes stuff, or no, you're doing good, man. Shit.
Whenever I hear these type of announcements, like Cardano's launching smart contracts, that was like no. So it was actually I told people like this is the top on Cardano in the OG chat. It was about like 286, and I actually even posted on Twitter. I like in Twitter comments, I was like, this is the top on Cardano at 286 because they're going to launch smart contracts on Tuesday. Like you need to sell Cardano right now.
Right. What's this? Swap roles and Word for $8 to take care of family. Let me know how that works out. For what? I don't even know. Sorry. I didn't mean to derail you. I just been getting some weird, like, I don't know, like, I don't know what the fuck, like, I just, like, I'm really concentrated on our conversation in here, and then I look at the chat, and I don't know what the fuck they're talking about, like, at all. Like, what? Doesn't even make sense.
Sounds like a scam.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, you know, like, all right, my this guy, Rock Edison, right? Like, Solana X. Yo, we can talk, it's okay to talk about other coins, you guys. Like, dude, I got more Hex than most Hexagons, for real. And like, I still talk about other coins because I want to keep sharp on my stuff, you know. Like I know a lot of Hexagon dudes that they're just chilling on Hex. That's it. That's all they're doing, just chilling. And you know, hey, fucking heck yeah, man. I feel it. But like you gotta keep staying current on the market. Like you sometimes learn something else in the market, and then you can take that, and then that can keep you prepared for something that happens on Hex one day. Because like now we're going from just Hex being a single coin to like now we have an entire ecosystem, you know. But anyway, yeah. Not hating on Hex, dude. Fucking dude, you guys should all get some Hex bags, man.
So let me ask you this. When you first got into the into Hex during the adoption amplifier, did you like, how certain were you that this was going to be the #1 performing crypto in your portfolio at that time?
At that time, I knew it was going to outpace Bitcoin. That's why I sold all. I basically aped in all my Bitcoin other than like one BTC into Hex. Like all the BTC that I was working for, and I was kind of dollar cost averaging in, other than some Litecoin that I had. I just dollar costed all my Bitcoin because I knew I was gonna get. I didn't. Obviously, I like most OGs. Like even though we were saying 10,000, all of us, like all the OGs in Hex were like, yeah, we knew we were gonna do pretty good, but like 10,000x seemed like such a fucking like like mountain. Like it was just like we were just wanted to make some money. It was just. I don't know. Like I think a lot of the Hex people now, like they don't know what like how can I say this? Like they don't know what happened in the beginning there, right? And to tell you the truth, most of the people that are in Hex right now would have never got into Hex back then.
No, so what I mean is like at the time you were getting in, like were you really confident, or were you like?
Oh yeah, I was fucking hella confident. I was confident in Richard. I was betting on Richard.
No, I mean, were you confident it was going to be the #1 performing asset in your portfolio?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I was. No, yeah, yes, I was because I mean, I had Litecoin. I had made some money on Litecoin. I had BTC and I had some ETH. I knew, and the only other that was the only other position I had because from let me think. From Hex, the only other coin I added from there was like Decentralization, and then afterwards was Celsius. And then I started adding a little more coins over that time. So yeah, I mean, totally. That's why I dumped all my Bitcoin into Hex.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I kept one BTC at the time.
It's good to know, because the reason I ask is because I was looking at like different coins like over the summer, and to be honest, because I knew we were gonna have eventually a pump. It wasn't just gonna keep going down. But I wasn't sure what to get into, so that's why I diversified some into Hex, some into Luna, some into Solana, because I just like I think these are all good projects, but I don't know what's going to pop more, so that's why I just split them up.
Wait, I'm sorry. I think I'm getting a little lag. Can you say that again? The last part of it?
During the summer, I didn't know what was going to move up the most, so that's why I diversified into Solana and Luna.
Got you. Yeah, I mean that's a pretty prudent move, and that's the reason I'm doing what I'm doing right now. Like I still have my Hex bags and stuff. I'm doing really good on that. I added to my position on Hex. I bought a little bit of some Celsius, like when it went below $5, and then I pretty much.
You bought Cell?
I bought Cell, yeah, dude. I'm a fucking holder, dude. Dude, trust me. You guys laugh, but there was a time. There was a time even with Hex when Hex was fucking boring as fuck. Like, dude, there was nothing going on. The price wasn't moving for a while, dude. Oh my god, dude. Like all the influencers on Hex. Like, I wanted to take this fucking. I wanted to fucking like sometimes we were streaming and then we just wanted to like fucking wrap the cord around their fucking neck. How fucking boring it was. but we went through it, you know. And watch, because everyone talks shit. Everyone talks shit when their coin's going up. Yeah, motherfucker. Woo, the fucking price is going up. But when the coin's not moving for a fucking while, ooh, here comes all the faggots in your mentions and shit that start talking shit about you. You know, like the minute, like when Erie's fucking out here shining in the streets and shit, like glistening and stuff, you know, doing, you know, being a fucking pimp daddy. And the minute you start missing with the chicks or missing with the coins and stuff, everyone starts calling you a fucking dumbass. It just comes with the territory, you know. Like you're not always gonna pump. You know, there's gonna be periods in time where it chills out for a little bit. Doesn't mean like it's gonna go to zero, but like then it continues up. But it's just this whole thing. I've been around in crypto long enough that there's it's ebbs and flows. You know, it's like this.
No, see, because the reason why I sold my Cell is because I know what time you're talking about. You're talking about from like May up until September in 2020.
Yeah.
I think the reason for those quiet times in the market is different. So for Hex, it was different because from the way I understand it is that was an inflation phase where there were a lot of supply coming into the market versus after Big Payday, all the supply was out. So that's why.
But even after Big Payday, it stopped doing stuff as well. There was because you also had a bunch. So you had a consistent amount of supply. You still have supply coming out even now, but you're just getting Hex and staking it out now. It's just like what Hex needed at the time was news. Okay. It needed upgrade. It needed something. And what happened is we all we had was like the AA coming out every day, and we didn't have much like anything else, or we didn't have like projects using Hex for anything because for some reason everyone hated Hex for some reason, right? So like it was weird that we weren't like Hex wasn't added to different exchange. Like Hex during that 6-month part should have pumped even more. We just were not added onto the rest of the Ethereum ecosystem fairly. Even now, like right now, Hex should be collateral on a lot of projects and stuff. Like I try to get Hex like listed on even Celsius and stuff like that and stuff, but like people just tanked it because they didn't want to do that. But like that's the sort of stuff where like you see sort of the inclusion. There's sort of inclusion in the DeFi space where things are held as collateral. As soon as your coin's collateralized, you can borrow against it. And you can do sort of stuff, but you know, obviously, you know, Rich, which is hey, that's fine. You know, hey, it's his coin. You know, he wants it like he runs it the way he wants to run it, which is pretty cool. So I mean, we're all happy about it, so it's cool. But during that peak of time, right, that was the one negative is that we didn't have much allies because we had so much FUD on us, which made it just really suck. So that's why the community is so like fervent and strong, which is good.
No, because and that's the other thing too, because Solo Dude in the chat says Cell solid. Yeah, I agree because I don't hate Cell. The only reason I sold it is because I just thought there was an opportunity to make money.
That's totally, dude. As long as you're making money and you're happy with your decisions, I mean, everyone do what they want, you know. But yeah, that's it. I mean, like me, I took loans on as soon as I was allowed to take loans on my Celsius. I took loans on my Celsius bags. So I mean, I got loans right now too, but then I use that money. Not to rebuy Celsius. I use that to build my more of my portfolio out, you know, into other ecosystems.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't allowed to, dude. Oh my god, bro! Like me not having loans in California fucked me out of like so much money. Jesus, bro. My god.
We still don't have loans in Nevada.
They still don't have. Oh wow. Okay. I know. Texas was having some trouble with stable coins, but they still would have loans. Yeah.
Because I had opened up a second Celsius account, but that got shut down. I don't know why, but I got a second passport and I opened up a second, so the same name but under a different citizenship, and it got shut down. Like no explanation.
Damn.
So I can't take loans on Celsius.
Damn. So that's why Erie, the minute that happened, Erie said, "Fuck this, I'm out." He hit the fucking cord and like. It's all cool, man. Like I don't. People think that I'm like I sold all my Celsius, and they think I'm like no. I think I would be crying on the floor, tears on my face and shit, like shit on my underwear. Like it's all good, you know. I mean, we're all grown up. We all can do what we want. Like that's the reason. Like you know, like Erie. If people don't know, Erie's from Q4. Smart ass fucking guy and shit. He took the course, took the knowledge, and then continued to learn. Now he's over here fucking Solana, fucking it out here and shit, and doing all this other stuff.
You want to hear a little story? Because this is the first time, because I never told anyone in the Telegram chat. So I bought when you recommended Hex, buy it for big payday, and then stake it. Yeah. I bought Hex. I'm not going to say how much because it's a regrettable amount, but I bought it. And then it dumped, and then I sold it at the same price I bought it.
Anyway, God damn it, no.
So what I'm saying is like, but I think having these mistakes is good because you learn what not to do in the future. Because it's I don't want to make mistakes later on, like where like I have like a lot of money and then I have little experience. At least like now with the more experience you get in the market and you learn from your mistakes, when you have money, you know how to make better decisions with that money.
Correct. It becomes a wisdom game over time, right? Because you know the market, and now you're making. So you transfer. So now you've gotten to the point where your money's working for you. And now what's going on is you're going to a slight investment this way or this way can equal a tremendous amount of money. You know, it's like a single decision, like let's just say a 5%, 10% allocation in your portfolio into a coin could equal into hundreds of thousands of dollars in under a year for you now. So so now you're more of a wisdom based or more of you're an investor class now, basically, which is fucking awesome, yay, you know, which is pretty cool. So you like, I mean, for me, like, right, I transitioned from like, well, I better not say this. It always sounds super gay when I say this shit. I went from like making money off my back, like working with my body, like working like physical jobs and stuff, to then like making money off of my brain, and then now I'm transitioning to making money off of like basically just being me and stuff. And also, your money and the rest of your stuff growing from there. So it becomes to a point where, like, I say this to Charlie in the background, that you want to get to the point where you're like Stan Lee, where like Stan Lee wasn't there anymore, but he would go anywhere and he was, oh, dude, Stan Lee, yo, what's up, bro? When he was like, he wasn't there anymore, right? He made his, like, everyone knew him because of his brain, but then he became a brand, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And that's eventually where you want to get to a point, or even if you just keep making money with your brain, I mean, you're fucking A-okay, But yeah.
So is that what you did with your businesses? You just hire people to run them now?
Yeah, I got people running them, but I actually transferred my landscape business. Is actually it's my brothers are running them now.
Okay.
Yeah, I transferred that. I couldn't manage it. I still talk to them, and like when it's big jobs or something like that, I tell them some advice, or like I have clients call me and stuff, and I just pass them jobs and stuff, just things like that, basically. But they're running it because I couldn't, like, I went full time. Better say that carefully. Something. I went full time. It's fucking bad luck. I don't know why, but that's some bad luck shit. But like, but yeah, I went full time crypto and stuff. Like, I honestly could have gone full time crypto since like Q4, and well, I could have gone a little before that, but still Q4, and I just didn't do it because I just wanted to make sure you got it, Because like that's the number one thing that happens to people is like they quit too early, and then they start selling too much of their crypto off, and then it's just like they're making their bag smaller, and then you obviously when you get into crypto, that those small stuff you're selling compounds into fucking a lot of extra money. You know, you sell $10,000 today, that could be $150,000 tomorrow. You know.
Yeah.
Always keep the moon bag, right?
Yeah, Remo. Hey Miguel, I love your work. I'd like to know if FTM and Aave predictions. Just depends on time frame. I think they're both going to go up. Aave is actually going to launch on AVAX like pretty soon as well. Like I think any week now. Actually, that's pretty cool. Aave and Curve are like battling against each other right now to like launch on as many projects as they can. And like Curve was like hell of ahead of Aave. Now Aave's trying to jump into stuff. Aave's eventually going to launch on Pulse and on Phantom as well. So that's kind of cool. So shout out to Aave.
I sold some Aave in the summer.
Cool.
No, I sold it because Hex had dropped a lot after the sacrifice phase. So I had sold some Aave at about like 350, 360, and I bought some Hex at 11 cents.
Nice. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. It's a good price. Hex is a good. Nice.
And then the good thing is, so has Richard actually like talked about the actual mainnet? Is it an announcement date yet or no? Because I haven't been keeping.
No announcement date at all. Just a testnet. So it's going to be snapshots next, then mainnet launch after that. You can't do mainnet then do the snapshot. Doesn't make sense.
No, I mean mainnet in terms of like when we can be able to get the coins.
No, nothing at all.
Okay.
That's gonna be told like fucking within. He's gonna give us like a 12-hour, like knowing Richard, and I know why, because of the whales and stuff and people trying to like front run shit and everything like that. He's gonna say 12 hours. That's it. That's all we're gonna get. Like shit launches in 18 hours. Boom. And then we're like, fuck. Everyone's like running around trying to get like, oh fuck. My coins are stuck on this thing. Like, holy fuck, why not this? You know, everyone's just fucking like craziness. If we're lucky, he might give us like a day or two in advance if we're lucky. But like, I really think it's gonna be 24 hours or less, straight up.
I'm gonna be buying lately because I'm gonna try to onboard some money to put into DAI, to put into my wallet.
Into DAI?
Yeah, I'm gonna buy DAI.
With the stablecoin DAI, like the oh okay. Yeah, you should look into liquidity. I really do like that token. I do like that stablecoin. It's just not getting that much play. But now that because I think what's going on is it's getting cucked out by UST from Terra from Terra and stuff. But
so the sacrifice wallet on I don't know why I'm getting no. So the sacrifice wallet on PulseChain, the sacrifice address, they only have Hex and DAI, and I'm sure they have DAI for a reason. Because they don't have the USDT or USDC anymore.
Yeah,
that's right.
If I had to tell you why, like, all right, so DAI, it's harder to rug it, but it still can be rugged, but it takes an extreme case to rug it. So with USDC and USDT, there actually is a person at the computer that can go like, Gary's wallet, nope, freeze, mine, right? But with DAI, it would take a bunch of votes and actions in order to do something to some money on DAI, or because it's a because the maker token is a governance token, so it would take something like that, or more than likely, what's going to happen, it would be I don't even know if this is possible, but it would take USDC inside of the, you know how USDC collateralizes, USDC and Tether collateralize it? It would take some crazy shit. Like, I've never seen this happen before, but maybe it's possible where USDC has a feature where they can turn a button and withdraw USDC from a contract, even if it's locked. I don't know if it's possible, but if that's possible, that could instantly uncollateralize the entire system. But it's a huge. It's like you're literally going to take the whole Jenga thing instead of just taking one wallet. It's like you're going, hi-ya, and fucking knocking the whole fucking Jenga thing over and collapsing DAI and uncollateralizing it. And then if they really wanted to destroy it, you'd have to essentially USDC would rug on one side or Tether would rug on one side, and then what would happen is the mechanism for Maker would print more Maker, and then dump the Maker price down, and then buy Ethereum with it if the mechanism still works like that. But if it's buying, fuck, man, this is really fucked up shit how they could fuck it. Like,
so yeah, technically, Circle or Tether, they could do that, because let's say if I have USDC and I put it onto Aave and I lock it into a smart contract, Circle can still shut off my USDC even though it's locked into another smart contract. And I'm sure they
can they withdraw it back? Because I know USDC and Tether have a function where they could bring all I think free and clear stablecoins back to the main wallet. They could transfer all coins back to the main wallet. That's possible.
Probably, yeah, but that I'm not 100% sure about. It is likely though, yeah.
Yeah, but I think the reason, game theory wise, it's a much more costly. So because like, you know, Richard's really about game theory. So if the game theory is like it's going to cost them a lot to do. So if they really wanted to fuck up Hex on that stablecoin for that, they would really have to rug the fuck out of DAI to fuck up that money that's in the PulseChain ecosystem. If our thing is DAI, more than likely, what I think Richard's going to do, he's going to fork DAI or fork some other stablecoin, and then just have it pulse backed like the old fashioned version. And then more than likely, some magical person's going to own a lot of the maker token, whoever owns that token, and basically would make that token unruggable, unless the person who owns all the governance tokens on that maker clone wants to rug it. Yeah.
Is that you?
I don't know. We're just talking ifs, you know. Like, you know.
I don't like this smile.
I mean, remember, it's all Chuck E. Cheese tokens, you guys. It's all Chuck E. Cheese tokens.
Yeah. So, but not financial advice, guys. I'm not recommending any of you guys do what I do. I'm going to be buying DAI.
Oh, just for that? Wouldn't you buy maker? Well, actually, this is what scares me about that whole thing too. Because like the reason I think the DAI is there too is because maybe he might make a DAI. He might make a DAI pulse bridge. That might be why it's there, and some of that money is going to be used to pay for the bridge, because all the tokens, so all the Hex that was sacrificed, that's not going back to the OA. That's all going to a fund out of Singapore to make a Hex version of the Grayscale funds. So it's going to be a Hex Grayscale fund that's going to be sold out of Singapore to institutional investors, and that money is going to be staked out to 15 years. And sold in shares to investors, which I think this is going to lower, when that goes live, that's going to lower the fuck out of the T-share payout rate in the future. So Hex is going to get more rare later on. So yeah, be sure to not do emergency unstake your stakes. Be very careful when you do your stakes. Make sure you really can fucking hold on to those stakes how you have them, because I personally believe, my personal belief is Hex. I think this is how he's going to keep Hex higher priced than P-Hex, is because the Hex, like the P-Hex side is not going to have their own institutional onboarding. Hex will on the Ethereum side. So because of what's going to happen is I think the T-share payout on the Hex side is going to go lower, and then the P-Hex side is going to be higher, like it is right now. So what could happen is Hex on the Ethereum side is going to get rarer, and then that may be how the whales can keep the price higher relatively, because I think there'll be an arbitrage there, because I don't think they'll be parallel for very long. But hey, that's just a theory, a game theory.
All right, guys. So that is the master class.
That's the master class. Yeah. Yeah, it's just like you guys got to shoot your shot. You know, you guys got to. Right now, it's full. We're full ecosystem. We're full ecosystem tokens out right now. I mean, that's the play. I don't know. I think one day when like Ethereum is fully scaled, everything's scaled, I think they'll actually bring scaling onto Bitcoin, and then there'll be actually a good narrative of like Bitcoin rugging all the altcoins and Ethereum back. But that's not now. That's cycles from now. But we'll see.
You know, it's a funny thing because I know you probably have to leave the stream now, but I saw Alex Mashinsky. He was teaching a class at Johns Hopkins Business School about blockchain and crypto, which I thought it was kind of funny that people are paying money for college to learn about crypto, whereas they have resources like your YouTube channel.
Yeah,
We could learn probably the same, if not better, information.
Yeah, it's it's people just, you know, it's sort of like the last part of the system, because right now it's like there's no PhD, there's real, other than cryptography, which has existed for a while. Like, this is a whole new bracket. Like, right now you don't need any experience. All you need is just to jump in, and then with the like there's really no PhDs, there's really no experts. The real experts are the people that stick around and end up, you know, trading this market for a long time. Then you become an actual expert because you have experience. So, like, they're trying to essentially create, like, you have to go to college. They're trying to get everybody to come back to college to get the crypto degree. Man, yo, fuck that. Crypto mindset, you guys. Crypto mindset, baby. Literally, we got the best course in the world. Straight up. Like, dude, all the other courses are fucking bullshit. You don't make money in any of them. Like, all they teach you is like go take some other courses, and then you'll come crawling back.
No,
like,
so think about
trash, man. They're like, for real, dude. Like, all they teach you, like, they spend half the time just teaching you about, like, what's a blockchain. Like, they just teach you shit that doesn't make you money at all. Like, all crypto's about making money and stuff. And, like, sure, you can pick a coin and it's like, oh fuck, it hasn't pumped yet or something like that and everything like that. But, like, the whole thing is that you're supposed to figure out strategies to how to yield, how to make money on your money, or where to put your money. And like just even knowing that, like, oh fuck, if I'm gonna go to jail or some shit, right? Let's say you're gonna go to jail. Joey, you're going to jail. Motherfucker, you fucked up. Going to jail. You would put half your money into, you probably do something like this. You probably put like a bunch of your money into Bitcoin, into ETH, stake your ETH or something on Rocket Pool, or just stake it in your own 32 ETH thing if you have the money. And then the rest of it, you might put some hex stakes and YOLO it out. And then you'd be like, all right, later, you guys. And then you come back and there's a fucking 99% chance your money be worth more money when you come out. You know, where, like, if you tell some guy, like, hey, I mean, you tell some new person, like, where to put your crypto. I'm gonna put it into eGold, because eGold's got all this big brain tech and some shit, or like the like Dogecoin, or fucking, like, just dumb shit, man. I think the only thing is, like, maybe a lot of people would probably say Bitcoin, which is not terrible. You know, Bitcoin's gonna be here, 10, 20 years from now, so you'll be fine. But don't go to jail, you guys. Yeah.
Go to the moon instead.
Yeah. Andrew Tate called Pancake Swap, but yeah. Shout out to Andrew Tate and them, man. The only thing I would say about them is, like, they go a little heavy on the yield. I mean, I'm not the yield. I'm sorry, the leverage and shit. So you gotta be careful on that shit, man.
What do you think about the radium pool for the LP Ether with radium? If you meant
it's more like those LP pools. You gotta be careful with them. You basically are trying to predict. You're basically thinking you when you get into those LP pools, you're like, all right, I think both tokens aren't really going to move, or they're going to move close to each other. So the impermanent loss that you get isn't going to be that big. If you can sort of, in your mind, figure out, like, they're probably only going to be 10% difference, and then the yield in that time equals up. You're like, okay, it's worth it. But if you feel like, imagine radium's going to fucking launch, putting radium with Ethereum is fucking stupid, because you'll end up with fucking so much less radium, and you'll end up with all Ethereum on the LP, and when you unstake it.
If the radium is pumped, we will have a lots of Ether, right? Ether.
Yeah.
Ethereum.
Yeah, a ton of Ethereum. Yeah, and if Ethereum pumps, you'll have a bunch of radium.
It's the opposite.
It's the opposite. Yeah, it's teeter-totter. Boom, boom, lace, both ways, lace. Yeah, whatever's pumping, you end up with more of the other one. That's not because it's lighter, because the AMM tries to make everything 50-50. So if there's less coin in a pool, it will inflate the price up to even it all out, so it's equal.
Okay, because lots of plays, Spooky Swap, Illuvium, it's the best, but we can't put all the eggs in one basket, right?
Yeah, with the Luvium, my math is like, all right, it's because the APY is so high and I've staked it out for such a long time. I pretty much said like, I'm gonna get fucking rugged on the LP. I mean, I'm in terms of like, I'm gonna get a huge amount of impermanent loss from one way. 100%. Either I'm gonna get rugged. I'm more than likely I'm probably gonna end up with a fuck ton of ETH. More than I'm gonna like. So in my long-term staked LV, I'm gonna lose LV token. If it's the other way around and LV doesn't do shit and ETH, I'm just gonna end up with a bunch of LV token and like a little bit of ETH. But it doesn't matter because what I care about is like I'm getting so many fucking returns on that. That's what I'm betting on, basically. I'm letting my money, I'm letting a small bet of my portfolio allow me to make me a bunch of returns on the coin. And if the coin does anything, I'm gonna clean up on it. And if it doesn't, well, fuck it. I'll just move on to the next, you know?
Yeah, I make a math on the 100 on the third month. I'll be on my investment on 0.
Yeah.
And
it adds up pretty quickly. Just remember, if you have a smaller amount, what I would recommend doing is before you claim your rewards on the pool, wait until it's like $1,000 of coins or $1,500. So when you pay the gas fee, it's a small percentage. That's the only thing I would tell you. Like that. So like for me, right? I'm just doing. I could unstake my stuff every 2 days where it makes sense for me. But I just wait until the end of the week just because I'm kind of like laddering it like a weekly.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Yeah.
You told this for the laddering. Yeah. I was asking something, but I forgot.
Musha's like, give me more alpha, more.
Oh, so I have a problem, man. I can't.
I have a problem.
I can't keep the dry powder. You know, I'm
Oh
all in.
yeah, I know. I know that. Yeah,
and that's
so
the
hard.
fucking
It's so
problem,
fucking hard.
man. Yeah, it's so hard because I get the dump, and after the dump, after the dip, come another dip, and I don't have the dry powder anymore.
Yeah, it's fuck, man. I feel you on that, man. But it's just discipline. What I did is I opened another bank account, and whatever I put in there, I wouldn't really touch until it like became something sizable. You know, that's the only way. Because if you keep it like you have to really have strong. You have to remember why you put things. Because I remember sometimes I put USDC in a wallet, and then I'm like 3-4 days later, I'm like, oh fuck, what did I would just spend the USDC, and I was like, oh yeah, I said I wasn't gonna use that shit. Whoops. Oh well. You know, you have to kind of section it off or put it in a place where you're not going to touch it for a while. Like you really got it's got to be out of sight, out of mind with the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay, man. Like I mean, shit. I mean, if I'm being truthful, man, I was aping in all the dollars I could fucking ape into, like 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. What day is it today? October. 2 days ago, I bought a fuck ton of fucking Phantom. So like, I'm still buying even now. Like I haven't stopped buying. I've been buying for fucking since 2016. What the fuck would I stop now? You know? Yeah, it's just just make sure that you got enough for fucking toothpaste. You got enough for fucking like toilet paper and like groceries, and you got enough money to take the girl out to eat and shit, you know. you gotta have the car bill money and the insurance money and shit. Like you gotta make sure.
Yeah.
No, I talked to some of the guys in the consoles, man. There's some guys who made a lot of money and then they're fucking eating ramen noodles, bro. Like fucking like cup of ramen noodles. Like living like it's okay. Like I understand monk because a lot of you guys who came from the red pill space, like monk mode. I'm in monk mode right now, and I'm working on myself and shit. And like these dudes are like fucking living like it's like literally like a desk and fucking like dirt. You know what I mean? It's like nothing at all. And I'm like, dude, you can afford to take a shower now, you guys. Come on, like it's okay.
Who was that? The plan C or he told us that am
You're
I
living out his business. Yeah. No,
yeah.
no. There's a time, right? That monk mode stuff. It's kind of a meme in the red pill space. It's kind of a meme, like monk mode and all these fucking motherfuckers from like whatever like that side of the thing is. It's okay to do it for a while, but at a certain point, like you can't live your whole fucking life like that.
Yeah.
You can't. No, that's fucking crazy. But we all did it. Like I lived out of my car. I lived out of my car for fucking 4 months. Yeah, I lived out of my fucking car for 4 months when I was like, I was like 22, 23, something like that. So or maybe like when I was 22, out of a fucking red Dodge Charger, a fucking V6 red Dodge Charger and shit. Me and my girl at the time and shit were living out of a fucking car. Yeah.
What year was it?
It was a 2006 Dodge Charger.
No, I mean, what year were you doing this?
Fuck, let me date myself. I was 22, so I'm 30 right now. So 8 years ago. When was that? So was it
Okay.
20? I don't even want to do the math. Fuck. That was a while ago. But yeah, I may have been like 20. Let me see. 20. Yeah, so it was 20 or 21, somewhere around there, probably. Not if I'm doing the math correctly, actually. Yeah. But like, but that, and then I used that money there, and then I, started the landscape business for myself there, and then the one cool thing is my dad did help me with a work truck. He did give me my first little work truck, and it was like a little busted ass fucking white Nissan pickup from the 80s. That's and then then from there it literally died like 2 months later. It like fucking exploded, like the engine fucking caught on fire. And then we got like this little fucking Toyota, like a 1986 red little Toyota. That shit, like, man, I went through damn, man, that shit got me through Nam in style, man. Like I made my whole business, like the larger part of like when I built my business was in this little red truck I used to have with a little red like lumber racks and stuff. It was like a tiny little truck. I mean, I bet you it was like from here to like over here in like my 6'1" 2 ass inside this little fucking matchbook car, fucking little Wiener ass red truck, and then that's how I built my business. Fucking hilarious, dude! I saw pictures of it. Shit, I wanted to buy. I had a dream. I wanted to buy that truck. I wanted to buy that truck and put like a fucking LS3 in it and shit. I wanted to trick it out just to have like the fastest landscape truck in the world. Like stupid shit when you think about when you're younger, but it's funny.
No, I mean, because I like hearing these stories. I'm happy because crypto is, as far as I know, it's been the only thing for a long time that's been able to like take regular people. Like, I mean, most people that enter crypto, they're typically like regular people. It's not like everyone's like have a lot of money starting. Like when they get in like Max Kaiser or the Winklevoss twins, it's mainly people who have like they have a little bit of money saved up, and then they take the bet. So a shout out to Tom Bombadil because he's like pretty close to where he could like be able to retire now or later on. But people can be able to amass a certain amount of wealth that in the stock market or in business that you couldn't be able to, because if you just think about it, like 1 year ago, like opening a business versus investing that startup capital into crypto, you would have made a lot more money in crypto, or like just any period of time. So I'm really happy when I hear people's success stories and the amount of money they're able to make and the freedom they're able to make from it, because that's the most important part, where it doesn't matter how much money you make if you're still working 70, 80 hours a week.
Yeah, man, it's all about that financial freedom.
What were you gonna do when you get to when you hit your first milestone, like in terms of like what are you looking forward to? Retiring, something else? What?
Retirement? Nah, that's like way down the line. Just like right now. I guess first milestone is like hitting my first 6-figure, and then after the 7, 8, just keep keep going down that lane.
Nice.
Man, I should definitely do one of these streams where like we talk about like fucking bullshit we went through to get to where we got. Like it's gonna be kind of cool. It's like, oh, you know one super hard thing for me to do, dude. I remember being like from 18 to like 22, I could not save more than $2,000. I couldn't fucking do it. I would just, no matter what, like I would make $2,000 or $1,800 or something like that, and then like car bill, this thing or that thing, and then fairy dust for like ever, man. It was damn, man. Like it's kind of funny. People think like this stuff comes really quick, but it took a lot to get Musha here, right here. It took a lot of work to get Musha on the street. It took you, Joey. I mean, Erie. I mean, it took just sort of think like how much work you guys have put in your life so far, just to get to like where like you're in the position to like dollar cost into crypto. You know, it took you suffering. I mean, like I literally remember like I felt like a fucking slave a long time for like all my 20s and shit. Like I felt like a fucking I worked like I was like owned by white people. Like literally, that's how I felt for all my life, for like most of my life and shit. Like my parent, like I felt like my parents and my brothers and my uncles and everybody I know was just owned. We're just fucking like indentured slaves and shit for like ever. It's fucking crazy.
I'll be honest. I don't think I would have gotten into crypto if it wasn't for the what went on in February, March of last year with the whole like shutting, because I don't want to get the channel like striked or something, like saying the wrong word, but they locked the country down, the whole thing that happened last year. But if it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't have gone into crypto, because once they shut everything down and a lot of people had been told to stay home, I started just scrolling the internet looking for like new ways to make money, and then I came across one of Charlie's videos for whatever reason that just popped up in my recommended, and then he was talking about Bitcoin, and then you were on some of like the live streams.
Yeah.
And I had heard about Bitcoin in 2017, but I just like forgot about it, and then I started like doing a little bit more research now, and then just with my like little bit of understanding, just went all in.
Yeah, man. I mean,
never looked back.
Fuck yeah, dude. I mean, that's what we do it. Like I sometimes forget, like when I do those live streams, I know it's like right now it's like fucking super late in the night. Like right now it's like 2:30 in my morning. It's probably like fucking 5:30 over there in the East Coast. Shit, I don't even imagine what time is it over there. Musha, what time is it over there?
It's 12:33. What?
I'm gonna take this guy off.
So in the East Coast right now it's 5:30. Here it's 2:30 for us.
Yeah. What time is it over there for you, Joey?
Yeah, 2:30. I'm in SoCal.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll do some meetup, man. Don't worry, I'll do a smaller meetup or something.
Dude, I'm hyped for that.
Yeah, I'll do the meetup. I'll try to do it earlier in November, but like, we'll see.
Come to Vegas. Don't do it in California. I was just in California like 2 weeks ago. It's it was so bad. I was in Hollywood, and it was.
That's what we're thinking about doing it. We're thinking about doing it in Vegas, because like I want to make sure like I'll set it for like enough for like 200-300 people, because I think that's what will show up around there. At least 100 people.
There's a Cali Telegram chat.
Oh, I know. I'm gonna post it there when I'm ready. And stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're in the Cali one, I'll do a Cali only meetup, and then I'll do everybody. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Come in Europe too, Richard. Richard.
I mean, what time actually? Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, we'll probably do like maybe Amsterdam or something, or we'll do I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. I don't know wherever the Europeans are like. What's the best place for them? You know, where's the best place? We should tell me.
Huh?
Where's the best place in Europe?
Bulgaria.
Bulgaria.
Right now in Europe, you have less restrictions and more flexibility in Eastern Europe than you do in Western Europe.
Right. No, I see that.
Eastern better about restrictions.
Moscow, Kiev. I would die to meet you guys. Oh, Kiev. I mean, I don't know. Eventually, I mean, sure, why not? We'll do a global tour at some point. Well, like we'll probably do some bear market stuff, or maybe like a year from now or two. Well, I guess we're in the bear market now compared. I mean, for Erie things, but but yeah.
No, I mean that's why I'm sitting on stable coin, like cash and some stable coin in case there's a drop. But in case there isn't, then I'm fine with the positions I have.
Right. No, I get you, man. Yeah, I mean, I've got dry powder on the side too and shit, just waiting. But like, if there is a downturn, if not, like, I don't care about buying on the way up and stuff. But like, I always do. That's why I always tell everybody to keep some dry powder. And I know it's hard, but like, even if your dry powder is only like $1,000, it's still nice to build, because when you're buying, you're not selling, because you have conviction. Yeah.
What do you think about the Hex? When we starting to pump now after the Pulse is starting to launch?
Yeah, once more stuff's like sort of I mean, right now it's just chilling off. I mean, shit, I'm pretty happy. It's almost gonna keep 40 cents, man. Shit. I mean, the lowest I could see Hex going down right now is 33 cents. I mean, like low 30s, but it's staying pretty strong right now at 40 cents. Let me see where the price is at.
41.
41, right? Is it 41? Yeah, 41 cents. So yeah, so just teeter. I'm seeing it 39, and then it goes back to 33. I mean, no, I'm sorry, 39. Then it goes to 43, and then it just goes down to 41 and 40. And it's just, as long as it can stay in this range, it's almost like Bitcoin. Almost look at that. Like it's.
They have a lot of people buying it up at like 35 cents because it's trading in a range right now. Like usually when it gets pretty close to 50 cents, you see a lot of selling. But once it gets like to that 35-cent range, there's a whole lot of people buying. And
so originally what I thought was going to happen with the price action, I thought it was going to chill out around 28 cents for a while, and then the next impulsive on it was going to be like 56 cents, and then it would dump down to because I thought it was going to hit 56 and then 61 and kind of dump back down. But because of the price action we've had, and we've touched 50, and like now we're in the 40s, basically, like I think Hex could touch, off all this hype and shit. It can go to $1.20. It can go 81 cents. No problem at all. Like it's still gonna. When we hit that 56 cent range, people are still gonna be like, "Holy fuck!" It might go down a little bit, up a little bit, but then from there, like once we're in the 60 cent range, we're just gonna go like that. I think the 80 cent range is gonna be the next really hard point for the price to kind of pass that. If we pass over that, man. Oh my god, dude.
No, see, because like because the one thing I like about you is like you give some realistic price expectations. Well, I wouldn't even say expectation, but they're predictions.
Yeah.
Whereas like when I go to the Hex Telegram chat, I'm like not selling until like $100 Hex. I'm not selling to $100 Hex. I'm like, what?
I hope, dude. Hey, if I'm wrong, fuck yeah.
So you had a stream with Wendy's for Tendies, and he gives a lot of great content. But when I'm saying like when he's like Hex is definitely getting to $10 and then to $100, I'm like, I don't know.
It can do it. It's just gonna take. It's not. Look, outside of a fucking rug, which I don't think is gonna fucking happen. Right? I think it's other than a fucking like global EMP blast. Okay, everything's fucked at that point. But like outside of that, or maybe like the worst fucking regulation flood ever. Like literally, the government's like saying we're gonna put people in jail if they keep trading cryptos, or like some really crazy shit happens. Hex is just gonna get trotting along. Eventually, it could reach those prices. It could reach $100. It's all about a timetable. It's a timetable. It's eventually like the T-shirt price is going to be 100,000 Hex someday. 100,000 Hex for one T-shirt. The T-shirt price keeps going up. Next year, like right now, we're at 18,000, almost 19,000 Hex. The middle of next year, we'll be at like 25,000 Hex per T-shirt. Then during some bear market, we could be 35,000. 42,000, 41,000 by the start of the next bull market. So it's 41,000 Hex for one T-shirt. So that gradual increase of Hex keeps sucking up all the Hex into T-shirts, which takes out the circulating supply, which makes it rarer. And then on top of that, if we have the Hex Grayscale fund activated, that'll fucking drop the fuck out of the t-shirt rate payout, which will make Hex really rare. So the eHex side, it's possible it could reach a $10 to $100+ range, before the end of this decade, for sure. It's just gonna take fucking time, and diamond hands, and there's gonna be parts of times when Hex will go down 85%, and like I'm gonna be there like trying to catch them at that price, because it happens. We haven't had an 80% correction in Hex in a while, like Hex.
Because the one thing I say about that is, I'm not saying it can't get to there, but I mean like let's try to get to $1 first before we even.
And I think you're right. Yeah, and like my most bullish price point for Hex this cycle is like $10. I think we can get to 450. 450, $10 would be the range. I mean, I'd be happy with Hex getting to fucking 250. Fuck yeah, man. I'd be like, yeah. But
the one thing that I'll say is usually when it's the same way with like last cycle, you saw a lot of people with they didn't sell any Bitcoin because they were expecting $100 Bitcoin because that's what they were hearing. They could have taken profit, but because that's what they heard,
right?
They didn't sell, so then they panicked and they sold at 8K or whatever, or 10K when it dropped a lot. So
right, it's expectation. Yeah, it is that whole. That's why remember how I told you guys the golden number. I think I was calling it something else. I think it was like the unit bias. I think I still was calling it the unit bias back then. So it was like you put this magical number like I won't sell Bitcoin to $1 million, $1 million, million fucking dollars, million, and it only hits 800,000 bucks, and you're like, like it's I fucking made myself cough on that. Holy shit! But it's that sort of thing with like setting those magical numbers, right? Like even though when I do predictions, right? Like I mean you have to sometimes throw these stupid. I mean I think I know people are joking about the 14K sell. Obviously that's fucking funny, but like by people saying $100 Hex means it's a little more possible because people like because I know a lot of people are being fucking serious about like they're being like kind of halfway serious by saying that. It kind of like puts the price a little bit more that way where it could hit, which is like, man, I'll take it, but I don't know. Fuck, that'd be sick, dude. $100, but then from there, it has to do something maybe with liquidity or something. Let's see. Tom Bobby, let's see. The Pirate Hexian talked about holding BTC through the bottom and top and wishing he took some. Yeah. So yeah, RG3. Yeah, RG3. Like he was there with me. Like, but here, so he actually RG got to play the last cycle a lot more than I did, just because he was older than me, and had a lot more money, was more established, and he didn't decide to cash out that much of his Bitcoin at the time. And Ethereum, I think it's just Bitcoin. I think what he had, and he kind of regretted it because at certain points he was up. He was up. Like he could have like paid off a house or did some other stuff, and then like he kind of regretted it for a long time and stuff. So it's like that's the whole thing I tell you guys about. Like you're gonna feel like a fucking dumbass for selling sometimes, no matter what. Like sometimes you're gonna sell into profits, and you're just gonna be like what Erie right now, right? Like you were saying, like, God damn it, I could have sold all my fucking Solana at the fucking top, but I was fucking being stupid. I only sold fucking 50%. I'm a fucking dummy or something. That's how you're feeling. But like that's fucking lucky. Most people didn't even get to sell that. They're lucky. Like most guys, like whoever, when they got into Solana, let's say they got into Solana early at $3, $4, $5. Most people sold at $25 or $50. They didn't even sell to 100. They sold way early, and imagine that's why I tell people about the laddering out and stuff. Like it gives you a good average price, and you end up selling at a much higher price than the average especially a lot of the average OGs and stuff, because either you have an OG that sells too soon, or you have guys who are just too fucking like $1,000 Solana, you guys, $1,000, And then he like, it's cool. It's at $100, dude. It's only not yeah. When it gets to $100, right? When it gets to $100, when Solana got to $100, there's some of these OGs in Solana that were just like, yo, I'm not so crazy anymore, huh? I'm not so crazy anymore. This shit, it's only a fucking 8x away now. Woo! You guys are talking shit on me. That was 80x last summer or like whatever, like months ago. Right now, it's only 8x away, and it's the whole mentality shift stuff that you need to do. You know.
But that's also part of the reason where it's a good time to sell, because I've seen it long enough now where like I kind of have a good idea, like not necessarily like exactly when, but like a general time frame. Like I knew it was a good time to sell Solana because a lot of people were talking about it. It's like it was getting so much hype and buzz, so it's generally a good time to at least take some profit or get out a little bit. And it was the same way with sell in December. All the euphoria that like you talked about, when you see like all the frothiness and the euphoria, it's going to happen again. There's going to be a certain period of time that's going to come this year or next year, or whenever. A lot of people are just going to be like greedy and hyped and everything else, and that's generally a good time to take some profits.
Gotcha. Let me see. Sorry. Dude, you guys should. If you guys ever saw my DMs, you'd be like, "What the fuck?" People send you such weird shit. People send me some really weird shit. Anyway, I think we should probably end this pretty soon, right? I think we're all getting a little tired now. So yeah, you guys have any last questions before we're done?
I'm all good.
No, I'm good.
All right, man. Cool, man.
Miguel, are you
For time.
the chat who's curious? Are you doing like consultations now? If somebody wants to reach out to you, how can they reach out to you?
So yeah, just hit me up through Twitter. Just hit me up through Twitter or through Telegram. I'm scheduling people out right now. I think right now my soonest consultations I'm doing is October 15th. Right now, that's where I'm scheduled. I'm fully scheduled out until then, and then I'm scheduling people out right now to all that. So I'm pretty much going to do a lot of consultations for the whole month of October, and then November I'm going to me and Charlie are toning it down significantly, maybe like one every other day or something like that for consults. So yeah, I'll get you guys in right now. I answered a bunch of people already, so it's like, oof, here we go. So yeah, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button and stuff, and hit the notification bell and hit all, so YouTube won't unsubscribe you. If you don't hit the notification bell and hit all on the side of the little subscription thing that should be at the bottom right hand corner, sometimes you check the channel and you'll just be unsubscribed. Fucking YouTube, right?
So it's actually because I don't know what was going on with this stream, but you know how. Because I have your channel on the bell notification, but when this stream went live, so you usually when like you actually get the notification on my phone, it come up here, but for this, like I don't know why, but for crypto related content, they're not giving the notifications.
No, they're shadow banning crypto a little bit, and on top of that, like they actually rug people, like major people. Like you have to hit the reason you're still even subscribed at all is because you have the notification bell on. Like I've subscribed to some channels and then like later come back to those channels like a month or two later and like, what the fuck? I'm not subscribed anymore. You know, just like that. That's just like, I don't know what they're doing there. I guess maybe the algorithm's like, oh, he's got to subscribe this guy 3 times before we let him be subscribed. We got to really make sure, you know, he's kind of like, we don't want to give free subscriptions and shit, but yeah, man, let's end this and shit. So you know what? I'll end it on the fucking Knights of the Crypto Table. I think that shit's hella funny.
BTC is 45.
I'm sorry.
BTC is 45 now.
Shoo! Oh my god! If it got to 100,000 in 3 weeks or some shit, I'd be like, I'd be like, yes.